What up, everybody? Waiting to see who shows up in the chat. Actually, let me do this real quick. Let me get in there so I can pin the comment. Hey, what up? Give me just a second. There we go. What up, Unrivaled? What up, JD Boxing? How y'all doing today? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, you would think. You would think. I'm doing well, JD. Thanks for asking. Thanks for your well wishes. I hope you and everybody you love dearly are doing. Excuse me, are doing well as well. I'm making today PED Awareness Day. So hold on. How's it going?
Going well. How's it going with you?
Oh, I'm doing well. Can't complain. Just working and just thinking about, the information that has come out in the past week or so and what things are being accepted that normally wouldn't be accepted, and I just thought I'd do a live about it.
Okay. So, what's happened? Tell me.
Valdez testing positive for a banned substance. What up, Boxing Lounge? By the way, I see you there. And you broke it down pretty good about the tribe that has gone ahead and said the fight can go through. So I mean that is what it is. But the fact that the WBC hasn't done anything to deter anybody from using banned substances, I think it's pretty ridiculous. Like not even a
Absolutely.
slap on the wrist.
Absolutely. It's kind of crazy. Um, you know, it's actually pretty depressing, if I'm being honest, right? It's just really depressing.
Mhm.
It didn't stop me from betting on the fight, but uh, you know, if the WBC can make money off it, why can't I?
Yeah, I agree.
They're not profit though, right?
Mhm.
Because everything goes into drug testing to make a safe sport. Mauricio Solomon's own words, right?
Yeah, that
Imagine
yeah,
sending this over to the FBI and then send them a clip saying that they're a non-profit organization because they put money back into drug testing and everything like that, right? And then sending them this.
yeah. Because I mean, it does no good to have the drug testing if when these guys fail the test, they don't get
They passed
punished.
it. They failed it,
Yeah,
but they pass it.
I mean it to me it makes no sense. But you know what? And you may or may not agree with this, but leave it up to the WBC to not follow through with their own rules. I'm actually not surprised that this is kind of par for the course. I never thought they would take it this far, but they're not really good at holding true to the rules that they set in the first place. Would you agree with that?
100%.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it. I've been saying it for probably about a year now. I don't know if you ever heard that I was ranting and I meant to say fuck all Suleimans, but I ended up saying fuck all Mauricio.
Oh shit.
And yeah. Black Horseman was like, "Oh shit, you going at Mauricio Herrera? You going?" But it was just because I was so frustrated, and I think that was with the
What did Mauricio Lara
franchise.
ever do to you?
He got a gash in his eye. That's what
Poor lad.
he did that to me.
Yeah, he
I'm
did
just
that to
kidding.
you in the future.
But yeah, it's stuff like this that makes me like go off on those rants and say outrageous things. And look, I'm sure Mauricio Suleiman is probably a nice guy in person,
Sorry.
huh?
Sorry. I know that you have like a comedic edge to your channel, so I thought you were cracking a joke, but okay, go on.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure he's probably been good to his kids and his grandkids. And,
Oh, wait, yeah.
I'm sure he's probably an all right guy. But when it comes to the sport, he's extremely corrupt. So it's
Well,
I don't know.
let's let's kind of put things into a bit of perspective, right? So basically, what you're saying, the sport, right? He uses that as a way to get money for himself, right?
Hmm.
He's not good to the sport, villainous to the sport, but to what is his and around him, he's probably really good, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you're describing a sociopath. Like
Yeah, I
Robeson
mean,
Conceição can die as long as Mauricio Jr. can get a swing set, right? That's pretty much what you're saying.
yeah, I mean, if you put it that way, yeah, it that is kind of what I'm saying.
You hear that, all Mauricios? You're sociopaths.
Oh man, yeah, it's just at the very I, I'm assuming that this tribe has like a casino or something on their land.
Mhm. They
Yeah, I
do,
mean,
yeah. And I
what?
mean, the head of the Alphabet Commissions also owns a casino. So, come
I
on.
mean, we had to keep it in perspective. Yeah, we can't. We're not surprised that they make these decisions.
No,
Um,
no,
yeah,
not at all.
but you would
I mean,
think
that
that.
casino's making bank tonight.
Uh huh.
I mean,
Is the
look at
fight
it.
tonight or is it
Yeah,
tomorrow?
fight's on Friday
Oh,
night. Friday night. Friday night fight.
huh. Well, I mean,
I
I guess
mean,
it doesn't matter. I'm not watching.
Tony Yoka is fighting in an hour in France. Hergovic is fighting in an hour in Austria. I mean, there's a lot of boxing on tonight.
Quick question. This is kind of off topic, but I've been
Yeah.
curious to hear your take on it.
Okay.
Ioka's last fight. Do
Yes.
you think do you think he lost, or do you agree with the decision?
I don't agree with the decision. I don't agree with A4 unanimously. I think that's ridiculous. Scoring it live, I had it 7-5 to Rodriguez, and I felt that was more fair. Um, Rewatching, you can make a case, but you have to stretch. Ioka won the fight. You can make a case, but it's a bit of a stretch. Best case scenario to me is Ioka got a draw. I felt Rodriguez won, and that's where I sit. That's where I sit. I
Okay.
think Rodriguez won the fight. That's
I was
coming
just
from
curious because
me
I've been hearing a lot. Yeah, because you've been pushing Ioka
for
a
years.
lot. Yeah, for years. You wrote a whole song, uh, you know, saying how basically Ioka was gonna make Ring IQ cry in the Tanaka fight.
And he'd knock him out. That was my official prediction. He was going to knock him out. Ring IQ will cry, and he'll pay me. So Julius did pay me. He's still crying to this day, and Ioka did knock out Tanaka. So I'd say that's one of my greatest predictions of all time. Um,
Oh man,
in the parody called Tamangled. Sorry.
yeah, that's still on your channel, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, check it out. Like it's a very good parody. As I would probably say, and I get it. I'm a huge fish in an extremely small pond when I say this. I probably have done more parodies than anybody else in the YTBC, but that has to be S tier in the YTBC as a parody.
It's the nicest diss track you'll ever hear.
It was really good. And, like, I know this because, you know, I've heard you sing on a couple different occasions, but for those of y'all who don't know, Mark, he has some pretty good chords. And when I say pretty good, I mean very good. So definitely go
Like
check out Tumangled.
in in a leprechaun sense, I've got a very peculiar and somewhat dulcet vernacular when it comes to the singing productivity. I don't know what that was. Uh,
Hey, hey, you might have just offended some 25% Irish Americans.
fuck them.
Like,
I'll offend them even harder. I'll offend them even harder. They can tell me they're Irish American. I'll turn around and tell them they're American. Oh, what they gonna do? What they gonna do?
oh,
Get three wishes from a leprechaun to make me go away?
oh, big up Serrano Finkley, Mad Chad, James Jameson, that guy, Bruce Goes. Hope y'all are doing well. I think you got them laughing with welcome.
Yeah, fuck
Unrivaled is
them.
like Unrivaled is like the much less punch drunk uh, YTVC version of James Tony.
That's an
And
amazing compliment. I'll take that. I am the James Tony of the YTBC, and less punch drunk, more drunk. So
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take
because
that.
when you said that, it reminded me of it. He's like, all those people who down on me, thought I couldn't do it. Fuck them.
Tony's the
I love
best.
James Tony. Are you against him fighting? Oh, actually, you know what? I think I heard you talk about that already. I think I heard you say something about that you don't really want him to fight, but you'll support the fight because you know his
I'll support James
situation.
Tony. I know his
Yeah,
life situation. I know his financial situation, and I've been through tape and everything, watching 23 years, watching live 18 years. Um, James Tony's been a long part of that fixture. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah.
so I've been watching him since I was a wee little lad, since I was about 6 years old. I've always been a fan. He's one of my favorite fighters of all time. Of the last 30 years, he is actually my favorite fighter. Followed by Marquez. I know the Hatton was my childhood thing, but just overall, as I grew into an adult, I just, when you're a kid and you watch wrestling, right, and your favorite
Yeah,
wrestler is like a baby face, right, and
yeah,
then when you're like 16, 17, 18, you go full heel mode. That's
yeah.
what happened with me with James Downey.
I know Jim Gray dreaded doing post fight interviews with James.
What fuck you mean? Huh? What fuck you mean, fuck?
My favorite thing is when when James Tony smacked the mic out of his hand, and then he
My
did that thing that a lot of us did as kids, where we like kind of jumped at his face like he's gonna hit
my favorite James Tony one was when they got him on British TV, right? And they
him.
with Ben and Eubank, right? He said, "You British bums! I beat the two of you on the same night," and they just started laughing. Like they couldn't even say anything. They were just they couldn't even respond, man. They were just like, "Fucking hell, that's cold."
I
I
would
think they,
probably say that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think most people would have truly knew. Like back then, James Tony was just a step too far for that scene. Just a step too far. He was just the only person who ever really made Tony look like he wasn't a great fighter was that one fight against Roy Jones. Like that is to me the greatest Roy Jones performance of all time. He made James Tony look like he wasn't even a boxer, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, and we're talking about Roy Jones, a man who a lot of people feel is one of the best to ever do it. To ever, you know, I've heard people say that at his prime, nobody could beat him.
I've said
So
it.
that's high praise. You've said it.
Roy Jones is the best fighter I've ever seen in this prime. I've never seen anybody capable of doing what he did. Not even close.
Yeah. So
It
for
was
him to be the
freakish.
one that you point out, in regards to making James Tony look bad, that's not something to be ashamed of.
Hmm.
I'm seeing a lot of leprechaun comments. What up, Tony Boswell? Much respect to you.
Right. What do I have to do? Right. So JD wants to know what do I have to do to summon a leprechaun? Well, you look in the mirror and you say Mauricio Solomon 3 times and turn the light off in between each time, and eventually Canelo will appear.
Oh, that's too
No
funny.
boxing, no life. No boxing, no payday. No payday. You want payday? I know that.
Do you think it's good that
Huh?
Canelo is not really using a translator anymore?
Oh, bro, the second he went English, I fucking laughed my head off. Like, there's some quotes from Canelo through the years in English that are just hilarious. And what makes you special to a girl? My hair. Huh? My hair. My hair. What do you mean? What do you mean? My head. My head. I'm talking about his heart.
um,
I fucking. Oh god. I was
I'm
born.
just saying it. He see when he was using translator. There was a lot of like big shit talking moments that he had, but I'm sorry, it doesn't hit the same when you have this nerdy translator saying in Mexico we don't fuck around. It just doesn't come off the same as if you say it yourself. Even if you're saying it in broken English, it's just gonna hit a lot harder if you're the one saying it as opposed to this little nerdy translator. So yeah, I think speaking the little bit of English that he knows is better than using the translator.
I think it's great though, but like, man, he's funny. He's funny. He's funny.
Are you sure you're
Cracks me
not
up, man.
being Are you sure you're not being biased just because he's Irish? I'm just kidding.
Yes, because I have shown religiously on this platform, I am heavily biased in favor of the Irish fighter.
Now we all know
I
that that's
remember
not
when I
true.
picked Gary Spike O'Sullivan in the fight against David Lemieux to get knocked out inside 2 rounds. People were so shocked that I actually said that. Like people were like, "Oh, Mark, can Spike beat him?" No, he's getting knocked out in 2 rounds. They were so surprised because they
That
heard
was
other
funny.
Irish people saying like, "Oh, Spike got a chance." No, he doesn't. Oh, when Niall Kennedy fought against Alan Babbage, he won't last more than 4 rounds.
I remember, I think it was Mad Chad's Live. I said something about, I forget what I said about Spike O'Sullivan. And then I jumped on the, you ignored it. And then I wasn't even sure you were reading the chat, but I know you were
I
because
probably
then I
wasn't
jumped
because I
on
don't remember this.
yeah, then I jumped on the panel and I said something about Spike O'Sullivan and get like something different. And you're like, you racist cunt. I saw you mention Spike O'Sullivan earlier. Now you're bringing him up again.
Now I remember. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Question mark. You better not be showing no dick pic. What up?
What up? What up? Yo, this me on the roids?
I know who this is now.
I
You
do
don't
This
have to
me
too.
worry
off
about
the this me off the roids.
it. I got milk, baby.
I got milk, baby. Buddha tutor, Buddha, Buddha tutor. Y'all want to see him come
Dude,
back?
Where are you
I
going for
do
dinner after the
remember.
fight?
Burger King! Here I come, Burger King!
I got milk, bro. I got milk.
We got
I
milk,
Telling
baby.
still
you.
want to know what he was trying to say when he was doing all that Buddha Tuda
Oh, he was talking
talk.
about Goose and Tudor. Goose and Tudor. The
Uh,
Goosen was the promoter, and Tudor also was a promoter. So he was like Goose and Tudor.
okay, all right.
So
That
that he
makes
was.
sense. That makes sense.
That's what he was talking about.
Because I've listened to that interview so many times and I've tried to dissect it, try to figure out what it is that he was saying, but I know now. Thanks for clearing that up.
Then when they brought up Chris Bird, he was like, "Man, I fell asleep. Did you see Chris Bird fight? Man, I fell asleep." I was like,
I love
"Man, this is
listening to
hilarious."
I love listening to James Toney when he doesn't like a fighter or both fighters. I don't watch Ellie Seckback, but one of his videos that I will actually go back and watch from time to time is him asking James Toney who will win between Klitschko and David Hay. And he's like, "Oh, you mean Bitchko and David Gay?" He's like, "That's Ho versus Ho. May the best Ho win."
Bitchko
Have you seen
sisters.
that, Mark?
Bitchko
Yeah,
sisters.
man.
Yeah, I remember that shit. I guess he
When
sparred with one of them, and they kicked him out the gym.
Oh, damn. Were you about
Yeah.
to say, Mark?
yeah, no, I remember it, man. That's James Toney's just full of legendary hilarity moments, man.
He is. He he's I would say that he pioneered what Charles Martin does now, you know? Like Mark, when you told me that thing about him saying he's gonna circumcise the heavyweight division with a lightsaber, I was like,
Yeah.
damn. Vroom, vroom. We have some pretty crazy characters in this sport.
We do. Did you guys see the first fight on the zone? Damn, the
What,
size difference was insane.
Oh yeah, I
what do you
saw that.
mean?
Yeah.
Shit was
There's a
insane,
card
man.
on the zone right now.
Yeah,
It was the
in
first fight. Man, I was like, jeez.
card
It
on
looked
that's what I was telling you, Red. Like, so there's a card on ESPN Plus right now as well for people who are interested. I believe the Tony Yoka card. I think Igor McAlkin's going to be fighting soon against Budalek, and Yoka is fighting Peter Milas in the main event, prospect versus prospect. And then you have a 22-0 with 22 knockout prospect on this Hergovich card. It's in Austria on the zone, taking on Hergovich, a heavyweight with 22-0, 22 knockouts, but fought one of his opponents 5 times, and there's no footage of him on YouTube. So,
Dude
Man,
might
I
just
got
got
both
stopped.
those services. I'm slipping. I got both those services. I just started my the zone uh subscription Saturday because I wanted to see those fights. Plus, I knew that this AJ Usyk card was gonna be on there by the end of the month. Um, and I got that whole Hulu, ESPN, and Disney Plus bundle, so I got that. So I'll probably catch some of these fights tonight. I'm just not watching that Valdez.
hmm.
Yeah, I'm not into that either, man. It's
Hey,
like
y'all,
a
chop it
whole.
up real quick. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta step away for a minute.
It's
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
yeah,
kind of a
yeah.
whole fuck. The fact that they sanction that shit is just like fucked up.
What, the Valdez thing?
Yeah, and I was just like, man, like really, like, come on, man. Like, I mean, it, just come clean about the shit, you know. Whatever, just take the
Hmm.
hit and do the time, and it. But to sanction the shit, for the WBC to sanction it, it was just like, wow, like damn, man. I thought we was getting away from this shit, you know. Like fuck, man. It's just not cool, man. It's A and B sample, man. Come on. It came back. It's like it is what it is, man. You know?
It's crazy. Look, do you want me to play devil's advocate with you?
Shit.
I can play devil's advocate if you want.
If you like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna change my mind.
Oh, I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm trying to play devil's advocate, right? So, to play devil's advocate, there is at least 713 substances that are performance enhancing that aren't on VADA's list
Hmm.
that are way more potent than what he's taking. Why is that?
Why is that?
It's a good question, isn't it?
Shoot.
I have no idea why. I've,
So out of all these substances, he just happens to have the one that is on the list.
on VADA's list. It's not on WADA's list.
Oh well, jeez. Oh, well, that changes everything.
Why does VADA supersede WADA?
Well, I
As
mean,
of
aren't they the
now,
ones who
Why does
do
the
the?
voluntary anti-doping agency supersede the World Anti-Doping Agency, who they're supposed to adhere to?
Isn't that who the WBC chose to go with their clean boxing program? VADA.
They did, but this wasn't under clean boxing program. It was under VADA. That's the thing. It wasn't part of the clean boxing program. It was VADA specifically. The fighters volunteered to go in, not through the clean boxing program.
Okay. So do you? So what are your? Well, huh?
I'm just
What
playing
you
devil's
about to say?
advocate, right?
No, I hear you.
I'm saying that makes it even worse, right? If I
Does it?
volunteer to do the shit and then I pop for it and it's on the list, and then it's like, okay, cool, still have the fight. Oh well, you can't have it here and you can't have it here. Well, then we'll have it in Arizona,
Well,
and I'll
what does
defend my
VADA?
title.
What are the rules with VADA if you test positive?
What are the rules? Tell me.
Well, the rules are you test positive, right?
Yeah. So you test positive, then what?
You just test positive.
You
It
test
doesn't say.
positive, and then they
There's
report.
no rule that says you have to be banned.
Whoa, there you go. Then there you go. So you don't have to be banned. So you could do whatever you want, guys.
Yeah, you can.
There you
Operating within
go.
the confines of the law.
Yeah. So yeah, juice to the gills. You know.
And even if it's not within the confines of the law, if it's sanctioned by the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman will He'll just increase the amount that has to be in your system before
I'm just
before you
saying,
get
if
in
you got a
trouble.
clean boxing program and somebody isn't clean and you still sanction the fight, what's that say about you?
Hey, real quick, look what you
Nothing that
done
hasn't
started,
already been
man.
said.
Well, then there you go. And
Real quick,
if it's repeated,
one two kid instigated something over here. Haplo and Truth Bomb Jake are talking about debating each other here. I don't know that they're talking about necessarily debating each other, but the fact that there's requests that have been made for these guys to debate each other.
nah, I do. I feel like their styles would be a good style matchup. It's a good style matchup for a debate. I don't know if they disagree on anything. I'm just saying it'd be a fun debate. Don't you guys think so? Think about it.
I
You remember
do.
when
Yeah,
you
man.
remember when Truth
Red
Bomb
Glove
used to
knows
be
what
up?
I love. Red Glove knows what I love. So yes, definitely. Definitely. I think that would be a
Yeah, man.
fantastic idea. No, shush, don't reveal it. I think that's a fantastic idea. Fantastic idea.
But
Absolutely.
there will be VADA testing. Okay.
Neither of them will neither of them will clear that shit. They'll get done for fucking stimulants, bruh. Weed is on that shit, man. Are you serious? Every one of us are fucked.
There will be testing. There will be testing. But yeah.
I would test positive for 17 banned substances right now.
Yeah. But
I'll make
so
Jarrell
I
Miller
would.
look clean.
oh man,
So let
yeah.
me let
That
me
guy.
let me tell y'all where I'm at right now. This coming back to the boxing cards. Okay, so I started my subscription with the zone. I started my subscription. Not prescription, despite what Jamal Wright says, subscription, right? Um and my original plan was to cancel it after it ran out and then start it back up the next time they have a card that interests me. So then I heard that Chocolatito Estrada was going to be on next month. I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and run it 2 months back to back. But now Chocolatito got the virus, and now they're replacing that fight with Mikey Garcia versus who gives a fuck. So I'm back to square one. I'm canceling the shit after it runs out. What are y'all thoughts on this whole thing with Chocolatito? Like, were y'all disappointed to hear the news? Was that a fight that didn't really interest you? I think I already kind of know the
Huh?
answer to that. But what are your thoughts on this? How disappointed are you?
In the cancellation?
Yeah.
That's news
Pushback.
to me. Or push back. That's
So
Yeah,
news
it's
to me.
yeah, so
it's postponed. I say
Chocolatitos.
cancel.
I,
Go ahead, go ahead.
I can break it down. I can break down everything that's been said on it. So essentially, Chocolatito was tested positive. They had a date and everything agreed for October the 16th, I believe. And Chocolatito tested positive for the Rona, right? So that's now being pushed back until late November, 6 weeks or so,
Oh, wait a
according to
minute. Wait a
Hearn.
minute. Wait a 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 minute. So he tests positive for something too?
Well, for
For
the
Rona,
virus, not for
for COVID,
PED, for virus.
Oh, okay.
for
All right.
COVID.
All
He
right.
tests
Yeah.
positive for COVID, so the fight's
Damn, I
being pushed
started
back
heating up
until
the
late November.
oven.
Oh, trust me, if
I got the
Chocolatito was
grill
to test
going.
positive, if Chocolatito was to test positive, bro, I may as well. I would probably just delete my channel. I really, genuinely, probably would. I would just be done. That's one of my favorite guys of all time. If that were to happen, that fucking kill me inside. I'd just be gone. Y'all wouldn't see me.
Yeah. So he got the COVID.
Yeah,
Yep.
he got COVID. So now it's been pushed back 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, according to Eddie Hearn. Now Hearn said that they had finally, because people were wondering if the fight was going to happen because of the money, but he said that they had actually gotten the deal over the line. It just wasn't announced yet. because they were waiting on the venue. But it will be pushed back 6 weeks. So it'll be late November to December.
Yeah.
But that's when we'll get it. But that's fine if we get them fighting each other twice in 1 year. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's disheartening. Wasn't there but like you said, it's postponed, it's not canceled. So
Yeah.
I kinda misspoke. And I knew it was postponed. I think the reason why I had cancellation on the brain is because a lot of people feel is all right, so that fight is off the table for the month of October. And now they're like, oh, but we're giving you Garcia, Mikey Garcia versus this other guy, you
Other
know,
guy. This other guy. Some
random
guy.
guy.
Random guy.
I forget the guy's name, but it's a tune-up fight.
No, Red Glove. I'm not letting you away with that. You need to go and get the guy's name so everybody knows who he's fighting.
All right, let me find out. Give me a moment.
Man, I
I
hope.
know, but I'm not gonna bail your ass out.
You know what? You know what's funny is I've heard multiple lives where somebody says something and then they look to Mark for validation.
Yeah.
And not that long ago, Mark is like, "Stop asking me." He's like, "Just say what you're gonna say and stop asking me like to get validation." I don't know what you're
Do you know what
saying.
I'm tempted to do? Every time someone starts looking for validation, I'm gonna be like, "No, you're wrong." Wait, what?
You know what I find myself? I do that. I do that with Lisa Bells as well. I'm like, who's that guy? And she's like, shut yourself. Oh. And she'll
Mhm.
tell you, she'll pop it up on you most of the time, man. She'll have that, she'll be on the fly with it. She quick with it.
Lisa's great.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Good hearted woman
Have you
too.
found it yet, Red?
I'm still looking. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna get it. I haven't stopped looking for it.
There's been plenty of times where I was just stuck on something. What's that guy's name? Boom. Right there.
Okay, well, Red, type in Mikey Garcia, October 16th into Google.
The Google.
Okay. Yeah, because I ended up getting sent over to PBC's website, and uh, they probably, being that it's not on their platform, it's probably not going to be there.
Just say, hey Google. Hey Google. Google.
Sander Martin.
Sandor Martin, the European champion.
Yeah. So that is what we're getting instead. I mean, it is what it is.
I've seen Sandor fight a few times.
How is he? Good?
At a specific level, yes, we haven't seen him up at world level. You know what I mean?
What weight
Um,
class?
like he's a 140 pounder.
Where are they fighting at though?
Hold on, since I have it up,
Probably in the
it should
United
say it
States.
here.
No, I'm saying
He
what
has
weight are
two
they fighting
losses
Oh
at?
on
yeah,
his
yeah.
record.
What
Probably 140.
144? One
I don't
147?
know. They haven't revealed any of that yet, man. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think they have. I'm
One,
looking here.
one, two, asking
Uh,
all of the questions you find out 2 weeks before a fight. This shit.
Well, no, I'm just saying it. I like predicting shit and then it coming true. Like, they're fighting at
It'll probably look.
149
They'll probably
and
fight at a catch
point
weight over
three.
140 pounds. They'll probably fight at a
yeah,
catch
he's
weight over
he's
100.
he's 38 and 2, 13 KOs, so he's not a big puncher.
No,
Um,
he's a boxer. He's improved over the years.
Yeah.
his best wins are Joe Hughes, Adam Mate, Mauro Maximiliano Godoy, and
Hey,
Steve Jamoy.
But
well,
it might be
Steve Jamoy Glavaco and Andrea Scarpa are his best wins.
Hmm.
well, it might be a good fight for Mikey to sharpen up because he been out for a little while.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing where it says what weight they're going to be fighting at. So
No, that hasn't
we'll
been
find
revealed
out.
yet.
Yeah.
Look, he can box. He's a southpaw. He's got good movement. Mikey's fight after this is meant to be Regis Prograis. It makes sense. He's taking on a guy who doesn't have a lot of power but can move, right? But is also a southpaw, and that's why it makes sense. He's fighting a southpaw.
Mikey in shape at 140 is a good fighter. As much heat as he gets, I think at 140 that's where he belongs, though.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed he didn't stick around in that division. Could you imagine like the Prograis, Ramirez, Taylor with Mikey in the division? How good that tournament could have been with Hooker and everything.
Shit,
Oh my
135
god.
too, man. 135, man. He's just like shit. He carries that pop to 147. So no wonder why he was icing
Yeah, drop
motherfuckers at
Jesse Vargas.
135. You know, it's just like shit, man. Like at 140, I think that's a perfect weight for him, where he has a little wiggle room, and and his power carries over. And as long as he's in shape, man, yeah, I
Hmm.
think that's where he belongs. Where he
And
could have
didn't
carried his career on in a better
and didn't
fashion.
another fight? Oh, I'm sorry. One two. Once you're
Oh
finished,
no, you're good, man. I got a delay, bro.
no, I think I was just being hasty. Finish what you were saying.
Oh, that's it. Go ahead, man. Cook your channel, brother.
No, I was just gonna say, wasn't there another fight that was postponed or canceled? Sonny Edwards.
Stephen Fulton versus what? Yeah, so Sonny Edwards he got an ankle injury, so that's going to be postponed. It won't be cancelled. The reason it won't be is that's a mandatory. So
Yeah, and I heard that he's been
Sonny need to be
staying
careful
around.
with that mandatory shit. He better be careful because if he's trying to like push that back or something, he's going to get stripped. That's the UABF.
Oh yeah, you don't mess with those guys. They they'll strip you if you're trying to unify. In
They'll
some
strip you
cases,
like your
not all of
Pamela Anderson in her prime.
them. Yeah.
That guy said 154 minimum for Mikey.
I love how Iron Kong says it. If Mikey Garcia ever decides not to be fat,
Did y'all see Mikey at the Chocolatito Israel Gonzalez Estrada Quadras card when Mauricio Solomon was interviewing him? That dude looked absolute chunks, man. He was fatter than Mauricio. That says a lot.
Shit, man. I mean, some of those,
He looked like Chunk from the Goonies.
yo, when they be having Naseem Ahmed up there and they be interviewing him, I'm like, damn, like what happened, man?
oh,
And
real quick, hold on. Go ahead, go ahead.
he been out for a minute too, so it's just like, damn, but still, it's like, damn, Nas, that dude is huge, man. Got to be like two some change.
Hey, Haplo, was that the comment you asked me to put up? Just type it in the chat. And what up to Haplo? Actual facts. Mr. Transfer, who is from Seattle. I don't think I've ever seen you here before, but welcome. Max Kuckerman. He's been in here for a little while. I haven't greeted him. But welcome everybody to the chat. But yeah, carry on with this conversation. This is
That was one of James Tony's issues as well. Couldn't stay off them burgers, man. Now I was shocked to see him as a heavyweight to be like that cut and shit. I was like, yeah, it was my boss said. It's like, nah, man, you was on that shit, man. Not cool.
he had that. He had that milk, baby.
Yeah, they stripped him too. Stripped his ass. No, sir. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, man. Shit.
Red Glove, put up my comment. I want attention too.
No, I just I, there probably was a point that that's why he's trying to get it up there. But I'll get you. I got you too. And what up, Boxing Jedi?
What's going on, Red? How you feeling, brother? Happy Friday.
I'm doing good, doing good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Waiting to get the fuck off a strike, man, till Monday. These motherfuckers wanna put me
We,
on timeout and shit for a whole fucking week over a Biden video I made in May. Sucks, bro.
Bro, did you just wake up or something, bro? Your voice sounds like 9 decibels low.
Yeah, no. I got this volume set on low.
Oh, okay.
oh, and there's
Yeah.
no, so there's no, just real quick, there's no open invitational tonight because of that, right?
Well, actually, with me and Electro Jet on Electro Jet's channel, if you guys want to come and hang out at about 10 o'clock tonight, we're just gonna open it up, and just have a a bug out and shit. So if you want to come and check us out, just go to Electro Jet's channel. 10 p.m. He'll have an open panel, inviting people to just come bug out. Basically the same thing, but on his channel.
Yes. See.
Sí, señor.
Yeah.
I was born.
I didn't even, I got a sub to Electro Jed. He's a cool guy. So yeah, anybody who is interested in just the Friday night invitational, I mean, it's probably gonna be a little bit different tonight, but typically it's just shooting the shit. It's a good time. So anybody who's interested to attend or jump on the panel, I would recommend going over to Electro Jed's. Jedi, if you want, if you have the link to his channel, you can put it in the chat. If not, I'll do my best to get it and put in in the
Yeah.
comments or something afterwards.
Yeah, well, I'm on a phone right now, so I'm not able to do it, but I would, it would be greatly appreciated if you can do it later.
Yeah,
on.
I'll do it when it's over. I'll do it
No
when it's
doubt.
over. I'll put
No
in
doubt,
the
brother.
comments.
No doubt. Thanks, bro.
Oh, we lost Mark. Well, he's probably in the middle of something. If you excuse me, if you don't come back. Oh, Mark's back. Mark and Jade.
What up, boys?
What's going
Hey,
on,
what
man?
up?
How's everybody been, man? Long time.
I
Bonjour.
know.
Chilling.
Chilling.
Word. I've been catching you guys on the playback and on the lives. I just haven't been able to get down lately, man. I'm so damn busy.
Yeah.
Hey, we get it. We get it. You got a lot. You got a life outside of this, so we know how it goes.
Well, looks like everybody's doing good. I take in all your guys' content. Good stuff, boys.
Much
Yeah.
appreciated. Thank you, brother.
Mark, you
Appreciate
I
killed.
hope you and go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, Mark, you killed it on your stream, man. Pretty stand-up dude to do that for somebody you don't know in real life, man. Straight up, live on the
I
other side of
appreciate
the
it,
world, man, and did that, dude. It speaks to your character.
Which
man.
stream?
We're
Because
all,
we've done that a couple of
at the end
times.
of the day, there's something that goes stronger than that, man. Stronger than like not knowing a person. It's called fatherhood. You know what I
I
mean?
feel you, dude. I got 3 of my own, man. I get it. Pretty badass, though, man. Good shit.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm glad to see everybody talking about boxing again. Jeez. Seems like everything's PEDs and drama. Can't we all just accept the fact that elite levels at that level, they all do something? I mean, you're at that level.
I look at it like, what's the point of having rules if you're just gonna break them?
Well,
Boom.
well, science is outrunning the rules. That's the problem.
Oh
I mean, you
yeah.
have to
Well,
change the rule every
no.
week because they change the substance every week before.
Well, science can outrun it, but when you get caught, and that's when the rules come into place, right?
Well, that's true. They got to enforce the rules, I guess, the ones they already got.
But they're not.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's
See, but
simply
what I
because I
don't.
think when you've got, I don't know, it's like, how much money do you think it takes to taint a fight? $500,000 fight worth cheating in? $1 million? Will it take $10 million to get it done? $50 million? $100 million? Like those guys are making that money whether they get to keep them fucking belts or not. And at the end of the day, I think this shit's all about the money. Every bit of it.
Mm,
It's sad. I think money's taking precedent over, pugilism. It's just really that simple.
yeah. See, what I don't like though is that when something like this happens, you have certain people in the community who want to turn it into a whole race thing. All right, and I get it. Big Baby Miller, he got nailed. He got all but nailed to a wooden cross when he got popped. Right, and then this guy doesn't even get a slap on the wrist. So I get it. However, we can't act like David Benavidez didn't get stripped quickly when he tested positive for the yayo. You know,
Well, that's probably
so
just because there's more money on the back. There was more money on the other side putting the screws to him. I mean, because at the end of the day, that's why some guys get away with it and some don't. I mean, right? It's money.
yeah,
Like I mean, we live in an imperfect world, so it's stands to reason that when there's that kind of money wrapped up in it, why wouldn't they? I mean,
yeah.
because the thing is, we live in a world now where whether you do good or bad is irrelevant. As long as your name is being kicked out of there, you're going to make money, whether they're talking bad about you or good about you.
I just see it like this: corruption is just like erosion; it's the inevitable. A
Yeah,
lot of shit
absolutely, 100%.
spoils. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things spoil. It's gonna spoil, and it's just coming to grips with it and either accepting it or fighting against the machine. You know what I mean? And some of us really expose the machine. And I just refuse to be part of the nuts and bolts to the shit that makes it function with just basically trying to act like it's not happening. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Right. Oh, absolutely. I just accepted it for what it was years ago. I mean, my dad watched all kinds of sports. I mean, I grew up in I didn't really like a lot of it growing up because my dad was so, all football and baseball was lived and breathed that stuff around there. And I kind of had disdain for it, kind of. But the reality is, man, we live in a world that's got so much money in it. And the line of right and decent is out the window. I watch fighting for the simple fact every once in a while I get to see a fighter that fucking just is a naturally talented fighter, whether he's doing UFC or boxing, just their awareness, their reaction. You can tell the guys that are on completely different levels than other guys. I just assume everybody's on roids or some kind of performance enhancing something. And I mean, you can tell the guys that are on it and the guys that aren't. I just assume they all are at that level.
Just quick question. Are you still big on Crawford?
Oh, yeah. I still think he's the best in that division. The best fight to make is him versus Ortiz, I think. Fuck Spence. He's going to lights out that guy. That's why he's running. Spence had a chance.
I just wanted to know if your opinion had changed.
Oh, no. I still think he's one of the best fighters alive right now.
And you know
I just want to go ahead and welcome Tony. Tony's reviews to the panel. He's been sitting there quietly for a little bit, so I want to say welcome to the panel.
What up, though?
There's a guy right there, though. You see what I mean? Ortiz, good fighter. You know what I'm saying? Making his way through the welterweight division. So I mean, just coming off a decent victory. You know what I mean? A good victory. I mean, this dude he's the real deal. So let's see. And he wants all the smoke now. So let's see what it's all about. You know,
that would be a good fight. That would be an excellent fight right now, man.
I think that's the best fight to make in that division. I know everybody wants to see it.
But I have a question. though. What's going on with Sean Porter answering the call? I mean, it is going to purse bid from what I hear, right, gentlemen?
Well, it was, but they paused it because I guess
November 20th.
They came November 20th. But they're coming to an agreement. That's why they paused it and they put it on a back burner because Top Rank and the PBC came to that. They said that they were getting closer, so they pushed it just a little bit back.
I hear Tony say November 20th.
Yeah, Tony, go ahead. Go ahead, Tony.
Today and said Bob Arum said it, Crawford's fight November 20th. He said that today. So I don't know who won the purse bid, but I know that the date's already up there, November 20th.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Well, the first bid hasn't happened yet. So what that means is they came to an agreement.
Yeah.
The first bid was pushed back to the 14th. So whoever won is going to be either PBC or Top Rank.
I just see it like this. I am going to pay real close attention to what Sean Porter is going to be getting for this fight, because this whole thing was, 1.2 or 1.5 is insulting. If he took 1.2, 1.5 or 1 point whatever against Ugas, right? And he had something on the table, but now he don't. He's got to understand he's just coming with his name, which ain't really worked. So I gotta see, because if he did take 1.2, I'm gonna be like, so then what was that, stalling? I can't wait to find out.
Well, he admitted it. He said he was the one. He was the reason the fight didn't happen the first time. So he came out and said it.
Good.
You
I
know,
hope he did.
so he said that. He said, I think he said it on his podcast. But other than that, if it goes to purse bid, I'll be shocked if Top Rank wins the purse bid, because if it's over $5, I don't think Bob's gonna pay for that. Real talk. Like, this dude, he don't want to get nobody nothing. That's why everybody leaves it. He don't want to pay nobody.
Yep. And Bob, you can't take it with you. Just saying.
That is
dig up
true,
for
sir.
your money.
Hey, remember that? 1-2 Kid, remember we were live one time and we were talking about what is Bob Arum's next big event.
Yeah, I
Funeral.
remember. Yeah.
That's exactly what
I
I
was like,
said.
what you gonna do?
You
Dig
guys
up
are
for his
fucked up,
money?
son. You guys are fucked up. He said his
Hold no
funeral was the
punches,
big.
man.
Yeah, he put it in a private chat and we were all rolling, and I was like, well, he can't dig up for his money.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I was like, yeah, that shit had me dying, man. Yo, Reza 40 dude. But when he put that shit in the chat, I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's crazy.
That's for real, bro. You definitely can't take that shit with you, bro. You know, and I don't know, man. I think Bob is senile. You know what I mean? Either that or he's just being greedy because he wants a nice funeral. You know, he
Hey,
wants a nice
hey,
reception, horse and carriage and shit. You know what I mean? Like they do up in London and shit, London, England. When someone of royalty dies, that's what he wants. He wants a fucking. It's got to be, But we all know him. You know, he's short arms with deep pockets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He-
Rex arms, man.
man,
I really think he should get. I'll just say this so you can go, Jake.
No, you're
I
good.
just think he needs to go ahead and release the helm to somebody else. I think that he's contributed enough,
Yeah.
and everything that he's kind of making some decisions that I think are not the best for the sport. That's all I got to say. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Jake. What was you going to say?
Oh, well, first of all, them guys don't give a shit about the sport. They're all about making that money. And second
Yeah.
Hey,
off,
Brian,
I was
real
about to
quick, Brian, you're backstage. I can only have 6. It's up to you if you want to stay back there until somebody drops off, or um,
man, I'll say
just
what I got
wanted
to
you to
say
be
and I'll
aware.
bounce and I'll sit back and listen, man. It's all good.
No,
Uh,
I'm gonna drop off. I'm gonna drop off because I got something to do, bro. But Red, thank you, man, and everybody on the panel, bro. It was a pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Peace, man.
No
All right,
doubt.
thanks for stopping by, Jedi.
All right,
You're
all
always
right,
welcome. Same thing with
all
you,
right.
Jake, if you're
No
still
doubt.
not
And
off, or
remember,
whoever.
and remember tonight, Electro Jed's channel, 10 p.m.
Yep,
open mic. We're gonna chill out and bug out. So I'll catch y'all there, man. Peace. God bless.
yep, that's
Peace.
Eastern time, by the way. So, Mark, if you're still somewhere in cyberspace, you want to jump back on, the link is there.
Brian
I
put in
pinned
the
it.
chat, he said that Bob's gonna outlive us all.
He's probably
Uncle
right.
Bob, Uncle
Is,
Bob's
is
gonna
that
outlive
right,
us.
Brian?
Uncle Bob's gonna outlive us all. He's an infernal demon, right? He right. This guy's been around. He promoted David versus Goliath.
Yeah, no shit.
He promoted him in the Troy War.
Yeah.
This guy went with us all.
I'll tell you what, that guy's still sharper than when he appears, though, because I seen
Oh,
something the
hell
other
yeah.
day. Somebody sliced up that Crawford Spence run in backstage that they had, and they put a little more on the back end of it when they was all over their bullshit and kind of on the end of it. And fucking when Bob told him, when somebody said, you better call out, and Bob looked right at him and said, he don't exist. And Errol looked Bob dead in the eyes. He goes, yes, he does. I've met him before. And if you look at Bob when Errol says that, he just rolls his eyes like, well, no shit, dumbass. Like he actually thought, like there is this perception out there, even amongst the fighters, there's this guy out there that's so awesome and look to that they keep him hidden behind the curtain. Like he told Bob Arum the guy exists. You think Bob Arum don't know who runs what outfit in professional boxing, for crying out loud? It just
He
shows
said
you.
he talked to him.
Yeah, well, yeah, how you do? He's like, well, I've met him. Well, he looks at me and goes, well, no shit, and rolls his eyes. That kind of told me a lot about what the hell goes on in that other camp.
Yeah, Bob's like that. Bob's like that uncle in the corner, pretend, like sitting in
Acts
the corner,
like he has
watching,
no idea what's going on.
no idea what's going on, but he's watching everything, right?
Yeah.
And then when shit pops off, he's the one telling everybody their freaking faults, and he's the one you freaking listen to.
No, and he might be outdated. I get it, but
yeah,
I think he's cut his teeth.
But yeah, no, I get you. Bob's sharp. Don't
Yeah,
use
no.
that.
He is sharp.
He's
Bob
sharp.
Oh, go ahead, Brian.
No, Bob looks the same. Bob looks the same now as he did when he was 50.
He does.
That's why he's always an eternal demon.
Yeah, he is sharp. I just think his judgment isn't the best. Like he could probably beat a lot of people in a Twitter war. But as far as like making these decisions on, who to promote, how much energy to put into fighters, and what fights he's gonna, invest big money into,
Yeah.
I think his judgment is not the best when it comes to those particular things.
Well, to be honest, you got to look at it at the end of the day. If any of us on this channel right now had the keys to solve that guy's problems, we wouldn't be standing here doing what we're doing right now. We'd be right in there solving them problems for 6.5 figures, So I think it's either way more complex than that, or we're just oversimplifying what them guys actually do. It just makes sense during COVID. I mean, they all knew Dana White was on a run. Let him go on his run. All these guys can sit back and figure out 1,000 excuses not to fight each other and create 1,000 new belts so everybody gets one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, I just like watching the guys fight. I want to see somebody do some shit that, it just comes so naturally. It's just like that's the pinnacle of where fighting is came to. Hope to be alive and see that guy. And there's a handful of guys that are alive right now that I think have the potential to be those guys. With or without steroids is irrelevant. Steroids, I gave that shit up when baseball went down. As soon as that shit got tainted with steroids, it was over for me. So my heartbreak was a long time ago, boys, with the PEDs. So
Bob said, actual facts that Bob will not give up till he kills over at presser ringside. And then someone go defibrillator his ass, and he can be like, bullshit.
Oh, baby.
Like, this is bullshit.
That shit makes me laugh. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'd love to see that again. It's like they're standing up behind him. That would scare the shit out of a normal person. The eyes,
Says, what are the colors for PED Awareness Day? Being that they're running around like machines, it'll be the color of motor oil and transmission fluid.
Here, do you know the only thing? Do you know the only thing now that I'm thing about, right? Not the fact these guys are taking PEDs, the fact that they're getting caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're so good at cycling it now. When somebody gets caught, it's like big news, He got caught.
Well, I think they've got it down to a science.
The official soundbite of Vala should be that Dave Chappelle sound bit where he's like, "Gotcha, bitch." And that being said, what up, Black Horseman? Welcome to the panel.
Hola, mate.
What up, G?
PED Awareness Day.
Yep.
Sounds good, mate.
Look at this.
Man.
Hold on. I must have pressed it too quick. All right.
There's
So this
one
is
depressed looking, cleaned up partner there.
Vada or nada. That's all I gotta
Uh,
say.
like
He
a
got a
penalty.
lot of.
Hey, yo,
Like-
pull that picture
It's
back
like
up.
you need one
Pull that picture back up, bro. He thinking, how am I gonna wipe my ass?
My wife left me. Who gonna wipe my ass now?
Yeah, so after today, I'm retiring the roided up pictures for a little while. So this will be the last day I use those. Next week will be a different flavor. Every day I'll have a different kind of avatar. But given the circumstances of what's happening right now, that's why I've been using these pictures of these roided up dudes.
Hey, what does that say? An image of Mikey Garcia and Freddie.
Oh, hold on. Brian, you've been using that for a while. What does it say?
Don't play with Manny kids.
Yeah, don't play with matches.
Oh, don't play with matches, kid.
Play with matches.
Oh, matches. I thought it say Manny.
But why?
Manny.
Why did you choose Mikey Garcia? Just
Because at the time, Mikey Garcia was scheduled to fight, or they were talking about Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, I get it. All right, that makes sense now.
Well,
You've had that picture for a while.
Yeah, I know I need to change it.
Yeah, and for those of y'all who don't know, Brian Harkin does have a channel as well. You know, he's my brother from Ireland. Are you from Northern Ireland or the Republic?
I'm from the Republic. I live in Donegal. I live in the most northern part of Ireland, just outside the north.
Okay.
So.
All right, just curious, because for those of y'all who don't know, the Republic is not part of the UK.
Yep.
So, and then Northern is. So.
Pretty much. Basically, we got 26.
Not part of the UK.
I'm not part of the UK, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
all right, boys, I'm going to jump in the background. It's good catching up. I'll be back
anytime,
again.
Chris Bomb Jake, drop by anytime. You're always
Good
welcome.
shit, guys. Glad it's back on boxing. Keep it on boxing, boys. Don't be like them other places. That stuff's getting crazy. Too much drama.
Oh yeah, we're not. I mean, we talk about the PEDs and stuff like that, but we try to keep it in relation to boxing.
Right. No, you guys got it all. I ain't got no complaints. And I subscribe to all you guys. So
yeah.
The only complaint I got to put out more content. Ew.
Yeah. Well, my editing, I'm having issues with my editing. So once I get that figured out, I'll go back to putting up videos. But for now, I gotta do. Oh, y'all talk it over real quick. I think my girlfriend got to talk to me. I'll be right back.
No worries.
Now you guys are putting out great content. I listen to it. I don't really watch any of it anyway, so.
I get you.
So it's perfect for me.
I get it. Is that Tony Reviews?
Yeah.
Somebody need to do a grand poll on this, on this PED topic, on like for or against PEDs.
Or don't care.
Or don't care, right?
Well, at this point, I think they're all doing it. Right. The fact that they get caught, just it's more surprising. It's more surprising than the fact that they're doing it.
I guess the question should be like, should dirty athletes get punished when failing drug tests?
Oh, when they get caught, yeah.
See, I don't see it like that. I think we've got to a point where they just need to let sports evolve with all that stuff. And so much bad stuff will end up happening. People will be like, okay, maybe we can't do that. It's kind of like the old theory. They say every kid's one of two things. You tell them not to stick something in the electrical outlet, and one kid listens because he trusts you, and the other kid's got to find out what you really meant by not do it. So,
hey man, for the ones that don't do it, hey, 1 2 kid, we need to use that one clip from Gene Pascal For the fans, take the test. For the fans, Bernard. Use a little sound bite.
And
Use that one. You check and see who not testing. Like, man, for the fans, take the test. But I feel like if you fail the test, you deserve to get roasted. Real barbecue.
hey, but
Barbecue.
you gotta admit that wasn't a good look when B Hop pushed him against the
Try to push the
backdrop.
shit out of Jimmy Pascal
Like
for that.
roid rage.
Oh, there's
Yeah, he
always
got pissed.
I'm even okay with just an asterisk. That'll work for me.
You said what?
An asterisk. If you get hit with the roids, your name can go in the history books, but it's got an asterisk beside it, and it says down on the bottom,
Oh, well,
PEDs.
yeah, it's gonna be an asterisk, exclamation, all that shit next to your shit.
Gonna be a pill next to your name.
Pillsbury ass.
And then
Yeah.
RGM gets to edit a picture of you, make you bald, and put Mr. Clen under that.
I got
Half a pound.
Canel's diet. I got Canel's diet for the next couple of weeks.
Oh yeah. Swole ass cow meat.
Well, I got a question
That
for you guys.
one.
I've been out of the loop for a little bit. I think the guy's channel's called, let me think, The Fight Scout, maybe? Does that sound right? Is that a guy running around out
Oh
there?
yeah, I know. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, how come there's not more about that guy's videos, dude? I watched that and I was like, that guy's got everybody dead to rights, and all he did was reverse the negatives on the pictures, and you can see every needle insertion and bubble of where these guys have been injecting for years. You take any picture of any fighter sitting on the scale right now, pull it up in paintbrush and reverse negative the image, and you can see the bumps. And the Fight Scout, go watch those videos. They've been out for a long time. I figured everybody just talked about it and moved on, but it's some heavy duty stuff. I was like, crap, you can see it on 90% of the fighters he shows, and it's as clear
Real quick,
as day.
are you talking about that guy from BDA?
I don't know who it is. It come up in my deal one time. I don't even know who he is. The Fight Scout.
Yeah.
All right.
He had very, very good stuff, dude. I was like, and this guy was way ahead of the curve, because I'm sure the videos are from like last year. It's just, I don't know if they went overlooked or.
Yeah, a couple years ago, actually.
Dude, yeah, those things
I'm
are
subbed
real
to him,
deal.
I'm subbed to him, but my feed, I don't know if I just miss it in my feed or YouTube just doesn't really put his stuff there. I don't think he uploads that much. Like even on my
check that
work
stuff
days.
out.
Yeah,
It's legit, or it appears to be.
yeah. So I guess Tony's reviews had to get out of here, but yeah.
Yeah, I got to bounce too, boys, but I'm going to listen. Thanks for having me, RGM, OTK, Mark.
Anytime.
Later, man.
Brian.
Later, Truth Bomb.
No
Hey,
worries.
man, I'm just saying, it's just really, it's pretty crazy that all these fighters are getting mosquito bites in the same spot. Like, they must like the stomach, because the stomach seems to be where they be biting them. You know what I'm saying? In the the 6-pack. They seem to bite the 6-pack, man. You know what I mean?
And for anybody who's interested, True School Sports has a video that he uploaded, I think yesterday, where he's talking to Big Baby Miller about the Valdez situation, just in case anybody's interested in seeing that. I know Black found that to be interesting, some of the stuff he mentioned in there. So
was he standing close to him so he could get high off?
Only thing that was really interesting was when he said something about them fighters that went to Dubai recently. I was like,
No.
So he almost like suggested that them guys out there ain't gotta even be worried about the heat of testing. I'm like, damn, that would be.
Why do I think? Sorry.
You good? Go ahead.
No, why do I think of that there? Why do I think when he's doing that, he's having sex?
He what?
Why do I think when he's having an interview, he's having sex at the same time? He's just, used as to help a certain performance in a certain area.
Oh my God! I mean, hey, look, you're not too far off, Brian. Because if if it can perform, help me perform there, you know, on baby, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? It helped me to produce more breast milks and bone juice milk on baby. You know what I'm saying? The international man fan hermaphrodite baby on belly and podcast. You know what it is, baby. Hey, look, if you be sitting down, this live ain't for you. If you have only 5 fighters that you just like and follow, this live ain't for you, baby, okay? And if you do just have 5 fighters you just follow and just 2 fighters, you make 60 videos a month on each, then that's straight dumpster truck juice.
Hey, you heard it from the international man fan.
Oh, baby.
You still working, Red?
Yeah, I'm still at work, but
That's the G shit.
I keep forgetting the service for you guys. I keep forgetting the time difference. Jeez.
oh
Brother.
yeah. It's about to be. I'm on the East Coast. It's about to be 4 p.m. in 2 minutes.
It's nearly 9 p.m. here. So.
Jeez, it really puts in perspective.
Yeah, no, I always keep forgetting that you're several hours behind us. You know, depending on where you are in the States. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think most of us here on the Eastern Standard Time. I think UGC Flame is the only one who is. I think it's only an hour difference.
Yeah.
Like I think it's about to be 3 p.m. for him.
Yeah. Well, the further you go west, you know yourselves.
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's confusing because in some places they have what's called Mountain Time, which, if I understand correctly, they don't do the daylight savings time. So depending on the time of year, they could be either 1 or 2 hours difference. If I understand that correctly.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Yeah. Some places in Europe, some places are 1 hour ahead of us. You know. So that is are 1 hour behind us, I should say. So the farther we go east on our side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like they're 1 hour behind us. So in Europe, so yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I just got to talk about this real quick because I had never seen it before, and now I'm actually seeing a lot of references to it. And that is this whole that interview with Stevenson after his loss in the amateurs. And I know that's old, but that shit is funny. Like, now that we have actual facts on here, it just reminded me of that. I mean, I get it. Nobody likes to lose. But even if you're undefeated in your career, you're gonna lose somewhere in life. I mean, nobody leaves this earth undefeated. So I just thought that was interesting. And then we all know the Jermell Charlo famous press conference where he was crying and said he don't play video games because he don't like to lose. So I don't know. To me, if you're able to take a loss and learn from it and grow from it, to me that shows maturity. Which I think is something that's lacking right now. Go ahead.
Tell that to a 12-year-old, right? But once you hit that 18 mark, you get beat, right? You know, like you should act. I believe you should act like a man. You know, if you're 12 years old, you get beat. Yeah, your temper is going to go. You know, especially if you're a guy, because I think at that age you're competitive. But you see, right, you're a man, you get beat, and you take a freaking temper tantrum. You know, I think you should own that shit because right. I always saw someone beating the shit out of me, and usually they did beat the shit out of me. You know, when I did get beat up, as a learning experience, or I'm gonna fucking get you next time. We fight, So pretty much.
Not
There's that
everybody built.
too.
Not everybody built like you, Mr. Harkin.
Ah, that's fucking true, though. Yeah, true. Yeah, like I'm a normal height guy with a rounded belly. I've had a white beard and thing. You could call me Santa Claus. White hair.
Oh wow, reindeer.
That's funny. Not everybody is built like you, Mister Like. That's
Yep.
I got snot down my nose. Hold up.
Hey, he better
yeah.
win
I
with all the
think.
shit he was talking.
Yeah.
He was talking a lot of
Hey,
shit, Mill. You
but
gonna see?
Black? Which do you think is worse? That interview or Shakari Richards after
Which
after
interview was
her
worse?
leaving? Yeah.
Well, you can say probably Shakari because, well, damn, Shakari is worse because she didn't even humble herself after defeat. At least Shakur humbled himself, but he cried like a female. But when it comes to Shakari, she got all aggressive like a dude, and she had just lost. So probably Shakari. Both of them was bad. Flame and shame, both.
Hey, real quick, because I guess Mad Chad got timed out somehow. Don't be timing out Mad Chad. Chad, if you listening, I'm gonna get you a wrench, man. I Let me see if I could do that right now, actually. But yeah, don't be timing out Mad Chad. Um, Mad Chad is cool people. Last thing I saw that he mentioned was snack. Hey, there's some truth to that. So I don't know if that's what he got timed out for, but don't be doing that. Oh, and it said it was Tony's reviews, but I don't. I believe Tony when he says he didn't do it. So I don't know how the hell that happened.
Hey, hey, Red, as long as they're not using the N word with the ER, it's fine by me.
Yeah, Chad, I just gave you a wrench, and Tony, you good? I'm pretty sure if you did do it, you didn't do it on purpose, because he's like, I didn't time him out, so I believe you.
Yeah. That's not
So,
20 reviews.
but I mean, Tony, I don't think I would have gave a fake Tony reviews a wrench.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that I'm thinking it's one of those weird things. Tony, you get to keep your wrench. I believe you.
It was a
And
pocket
Chad, you got a
timeout.
wrench.
It was a pocket timeout. He didn't mean it.
I just Ursula, I just gave you one, I think. Let me double check. Hold on, I could have swore. Ursula, type something else. You should have a wrench now. But
You know, we want to know
yeah.
the weirdest thing, dude. This guy Toby Bartlett, who seems like a cool guy, I can never see any of his stuff. It's like I have him blocked or he has me blocked, but it's just weird because I never blocked anybody in my entire YouTube career. I don't even know how to check
Hey, look,
where to
hey,
look to see if I have him blocked. But
hey,
if I
look,
did, that was
Pablo,
not on
it's like this, you
purpose.
know what I'm saying? They so intimidated you, you know what I'm saying? It's like an automatic pre-duck, you know what I'm saying? So they ducking you, son, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't nobody want no smoke with the debates with you, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's what it is, though, because I never debated that guy.
They done shadow banned you from debating, man.
I'm gonna chill on that shit anyway. I think I did enough.
Rodnell says he does it on purpose all the time.
Well, I got high blood pressure apparently, so I'm trying to chill a little bit more these days. So
I hear you, bro. We're getting old.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Hey, I'm surprised I don't have high blood pressure problems because my last job was extremely stressful. I definitely don't have high pressure problems now because this job had zero stress, zero stress.
Cool, man. That's cool.
I'm gonna be right back, guys. Y'all hold it down. I'm gonna go on mute for a minute.
My phone's bugging out too. When someone talks, it gives not an echo, but it's like static. You know, so
everyone sounds pretty good to me right now. I don't know if that must be on your end.
Yeah, my phone's bugging out.
Look at everyone has to take care of themselves and their body, okay? Because the high blood pressure is no fucking joke, okay? The Sheik has a high blood pressure, and when I yell, I get the high blood pressure, and my heart beats fast, okay? And that makes me want to take someone, bend them over, and humble them, okay? So I need to calm my ass down, all right? Let me get it fucking close. Okay, I am calm. Listen, we have to eat the right things in your body, vegetables, fruits, plenty of H2O, okay? Watch the water, boy, okay? Get the H2O, it is not bad for you. Put the soda, put the alcohol down, okay? Put the titty milk down, okay? Put your wife's titties out of your mouth. Don't drink the titty milk, that's for the baby, okay? Yeah.
I'm back, by the way. Hey, Iron Sheep.
Yeah, you can't be drinking the titty milk, man. That's for the baby, y'all. On baby.
Can't be drinking that Fettermine either.
Yeah,
No.
because the baby be like, looking at you fucked up, like, you know what I'm saying, like this. Baby gonna be looking at you like this.
The baby drinks that Fettermine milk, and all of a sudden you got a little baby dunking and like crossing people up on the court.
That baby look like he's in his brain. He's saying, "If you die, you die." Oh crap! I didn't mean to do that.
Oh baby.
I hate when I go to like get rid of, make the picture big or
like,
small, and I put it in that stage.
That's a close up on baby's face right there.
He like, on me? Why gotta be on me?
You gotta edit that. Put his head on that on his titty.
Hey, Brad, I sent the link. I sent the link on the Hangout. Play that link if you can share it.
I can't share.
I
I'm
didn't even
on
know
my,
this
I'm
video
on
was
my
out,
tablet.
man.
Hold on, but let me see. I might be able to play
shit.
the audio. I won't be able to share it.
Somebody can share it.
Oh, hold on. We got Brian back.
I don't know how to do.
I got the song here. Is this what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the video. It's a music video. Brian, you know what that is?
Hey, what?
That song. Hold on. Let me pull it back up real quick. You know what that is, Brian?
No.
You know what that's singing, right?
No.
I heard him say, "Catch me if you
That's Kell
can."
Brooks' trainer.
All right.
Engel.
Yeah.
That's Engel, the trainer.
Oh yeah. There you go.
I didn't know what he's saying. Hold on, I'm trying to get back
The
into the
father.
hangout.
Oh yeah, the father I think was in the band, wasn't he? The Brandon Ingle.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember hearing something about that. Yeah.
That's a whole music video right there. I thought it was funny, but
Cool.
It is funny. I didn't know that too. That one. I thought you were saying because he's like, "Catch me if you can." I'm thinking like it's a reference to Brian Garcia. He's over there ducking everybody. You
This
seen
how the
that video where he's like,
this how the baby look when the phenamine in the titty. Like, what's that? Got phenamine in your titty.
Yeah.
"Hold on, let me put it up."
What the fuck is that? That don't taste good. Damn, Brian, it kind of look like you.
I'm sure that's not my baby. That might be my baby.
I think I still got that clip of you, Brian, because Mark, somebody said something about Mark. How do you know what Brian's penis looks like? You're like, and it's a beautiful penis. That shit was funny out there. They was just wilding that day.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I remember that. Yeah.
that might be Brian's baby. Yeah, that
Might be.
He said,
Might be.
Oh,
what you been doing,
Brian,
Brian?
No.
we're gonna send Brian over to what's that? Maury.
He went out to have a pint and left the baby.
I had more than a pint.
More than a pint.
Had more than a pint. Hey, to me a pint.
Brian's like, I ain't no lightweight.
What? I ain't no lightweight. Come to the and everything else.
Yeah, I think I seen Brian down a couple of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wait.
Quite a few.
Speaking of somebody who's not a lightweight.
Oh baby.
Oh no, this is on crackhead. What up, Angel Garcia? Angel Garcia, you might need to get into a different area. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, guys. I gotta.
Who's this, guys?
Wait, what? Oh. See, I got a glove too, but I'm not gonna put it on because mine is signed by Roberto Duran.
Fair enough. No, I'm just saying who's this.
I still need to get a display, like a display case that you hang up on the wall for it.
Yeah.
But I got it tucked away right now in a safe place.
Yeah, we were
Yeah, I
talking
got one
about
of those a
gloves,
couple
and I
years
think
ago.
TBS put us to shame, huh, Red? He was like, yeah, I got one of those. I got one of those. I got one of those.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
my girlfriend is wanting me to say this on the live. She got it for me.
There you go. That's a good girlfriend there. That's a keeper.
Yeah.
There's a picture that I saw. Somebody who does art, and they did four. They have four like pictures of playing cards. They were each kings, and there was the four kings from the '80s.
Yeah.
It was Hagler, Hearns, Duran, and Leonard, and that has to be one of the coolest and nicest pieces of boxing artwork I've ever seen.
yeah, I've seen a lot of good artwork, man. It sounds
I got
cool
one kind of
though.
like that, bro. I got
Oh, you
one
do?
kind of like that.
Yeah. For me, my only piece of boxing memorabilia like that is
Let me put it up.
Yo, what's up, Hatwell? How you doing?
He's gonna show us. Oh, look at that. Now, what are we looking at exactly?
How do I flip my camera, dude? I don't want to be on camera.
You see the cam mic? Click on that.
Yeah.
Cam mic. Then go to click on camera. And you see you click on front facing, right? 2.0. You go facing back 2.0. You click on that.
I'm on phone, but I'll just turn the camera around. You got Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, Julio Cesar Chavez, Jake LaMotta, and Lennox Lewis.
Oh wow!
Damn.
Yeah,
that's quite the collection right there.
That's a
and I'm
collection.
assuming that's Chavez Senior.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nah.
Chavez
Yeah,
Senior.
yeah, definitely, man.
He even
There wasn't no glitter on
put
it.
Senior on there. It even says Senior on it.
We don't want to get him.
He was like, I
mixed
don't want
up with
anyone to
his
confuse
son.
this.
Yep.
He was like, I'm definitely putting Senior.
Yeah, he was face palming when he was fighting. Who was he fighting that night when he came in with the different color hair? Jacobs. You seen Chavez Senior, man? He was face palming like, oh man. It's like shaking his head like, oh shit. Really? He got his butt
Hey, yo,
kicked
but my
twice
favorite
that night,
gloves
man.
to box with are right here, bro.
Oh, real quick, what up,
Look
Dirt and
up.
Boxing? I just noticed you down there.
Nice.
Hold on, real quick. I need to tell my girlfriend to keep it down. She's being loud as hell.
They gotta be
maybe,
broken in, man.
maybe you wouldn't know Otto. Just figure it out. She just looked at the ticket.
You gotta give her a pass, though. You gotta give her a pass because she got you those gloves, though, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. Okay. If she wouldn't know Otto, forgive her and take her out for a meal.
I'm back, by the way. Yeah, like.
Yeah,
And
my
Durden,
favorite gloves
I know
are
you're.
them Vic.
Wait, what was that, Hablo?
I said my favorite gloves are those Invictos, but they don't even make them anymore. So I try to keep mine like real pristine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice little display you got there.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's a good display.
Ed Collar, real quick. It's not really PED awareness. Like, I mean, we talked about PED. I tend to just name my name my lives like somewhat randomly. So because there was this whole controversy, I named it this, and also why I'm using this picture. Yeah.
Get that man. Get that man a pin.
Get that man what?
A pin. Leave the hair cover, like just a pin cushion. Use that man.
Yeah, that dude is swole for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You thought it was an activist stream? No, it's not an activist stream. I mean, when it comes to me, I'm very pro clean sport. For people who are not, that's fine. Like I get it. Everybody has their own opinions or whatever. But my thing is this. I'm not gonna, vilify somebody just because they're like, oh, I think everybody should be able to just juice. I disagree with it, but at the end of the day, I know that person has no real say so in it, so I'm not gonna vilify them. I just ask that I'm gonna respect your opinion. Please respect mine. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, right? But the way I see it is they're doing it anyway. You know what I mean? Even though I disagree with, right? And I've known this for a long time, so for me, it's not like, you know, right? I'm just more. I keep saying this. I'm more surprised when they get caught. You know, like that's it. That's just how I feel because I know they're all doing it, and if I knew some of them were doing it and others weren't, I'd be more. You know what I mean? Up in arms
You
about
think?
it. But I
Hey,
think they're all
Brian.
doing it.
Brian, you think someone like Crawford is on PEDs?
I don't know.
He seems pretty
He,
clean to me.
he's naturally freakish with the power and all that. You know, I do think he's a. You know, I don't know. I don't know if he's built natural or what, but um, I don't know if Crawford is or not. But if he
Doesn't
was
he have?
on it, if he was on it, I wouldn't be surprised either. If you know what I
Doesn't he
mean.
have like? Doesn't he have like somewhat of longer than usual reach for somebody his height?
Yeah.
Yes. He has a
So he
74
has
inch
like
reach.
yeah. So he has like God gifted reach. Like
Yeah.
we always have to remember like sometimes these guys just have un, you could call it an unfair advantage, but I mean the guy can't help how he was, you know,
Yeah, but that's
what
true. Look,
genetics were
look at
passed
Hey,
down
but
to him.
bro,
Navarrete,
I
right?
mean, hey, how many times have we seen a guy with short arms beat guys with longer arms? I mean, just look at
That's
Tyson.
true.
You know, like
That's true.
look at Navarrete, right? The guy, the guy's arms do not match when it comes to length, right?
Yeah.
He's got long, you know, like right. He doesn't look that tall, right? He looks like the same height as everybody else. But when you see his arms compared to other people in his weight class, like he's just, you know, his arms just don't match his body. You know, it's freakish.
Yeah.
You know.
Shit, Paul Williams' reach was like as long as the Klitsch goes, and he still
Yeah,
got
it's like
beat.
82-inch reach.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know.
So real quick, Ed Collar says, do we think Anthony Joshua is on PEDs? This is what I'm gonna say.
Oh,
There's always suspicion, but but me personally, my philosophy is, and I know this isn't the philosophy of the community as a whole, but for me, it's innocent until proven guilty. As long as he's being
Bro,
tested and he's passing the
you took the
test,
words right out of my mouth.
yeah, it is 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 there a possibility of he's getting around the test? There's always a possibility that that's happening.
Yeah.
But if if they're passing the test, I'm gonna give them benefit of the doubt. If at least they're testing, because you got guys who don't test, and those
It's the
guys you
same. It's the
definitely.
same with Pacquiao, bro. Like, you know, like as much as we joke about Pacquiao and Novada and all that, dude has never once popped.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. That's it, right? There is an element of right. Some people are just so freakish out of their, you know, they shouldn't be able to do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I've never took PEDs in my life. People see me, they see me as a short Irish fat guy, right? They see me,
Mm-hmm.
they see me box. I get up close to you, you know, I let my
Bro, I
hands
seen
go,
you
my hands
box.
rip, you know,
You're no joke,
I
brother.
I let
Yeah.
I let my hands rip and I let my speed go. People go, what the where the fuck did that come from? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know, like people, people, you know, I love it when somebody says, I'm gonna whip this guy's ass and I got a half smile
Hey,
on my
yo,
face, you know, that
there
type of
used to
thing, you
be
know,
a
like
video back in the day of a dude that looks like the guy on Red Gloves Avatar. He
yeah,
got in the ring with the guy who looked out of shape, but the guy who was out of shape, he knew how to box, and the other guy just could not move, bro. He was just getting pieced up by this out of
yeah,
shape, like middle aged boxer.
yeah,
right. Hey, man, perfect example. Corey Sanders and Klitschko.
yep, absolutely perfect example there. You know, I just think some people, like if I didn't have quick hands, you know what I mean? I wouldn't, I would have been as competitive in a lot of fights. You know, so
Yeah.
Some people just built different. You ain't gotta look at. Some people don't
yeah,
look are awful fighters, and they're chiseled. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They're
yeah.
awful. They no coordination. They don't punch hard. Hey,
Brian has like
Red,
100
is this
amateur
the
fights
picture
or
you was
something,
talking
right?
about?
207.
207 amateur fights, bro. I'm not
Damn,
Yeah,
fucking
bro.
with Brian.
I've been boxing since I was 7 years old. I started like quit when I was 33, 34. So, I've boxing
Yeah.
for more than 20 plus years.
Don't mess with Brian. He's like that quiet guy in the corner. You just leave him alone.
Yeah.
Red, is this the picture you was talking about?
Hold on. Let me see.
It won't fit in the whole thing.
No, it's all good.
Oh, the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one I saw was a little bit different, but it's pretty much the
Something, yeah,
same.
similar to that before. Yeah.
Just give me a minute because somebody was
Okay.
asking for the link, so I'm just trying to.
Well, I got clothes on, right? I'm doing, where's my hands? Glove get. Okay. Where's my
Man, we
I'm
hands?
know you
bringing
slid
that
your
up
hands down and your
again.
fingers are really his fingers are really in the palm and he built a
Yeah.
spring system to open and close it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did, So, hello. Hi.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
has to be one of the craziest conspiracy theory. Well, actually, no. All the conspiracy theories are some of the
Yeah.
craziest
And
conspiracy theories I heard from that
this,
fight.
this is a 16th ounce glove,
Bro,
and my hands are nowhere near as big as Tyson Fury's, and I'm able to wave.
Tyson Fury
Hi.
had his fist closed the whole fight. If they didn't have some kind of spring system in there to close it, his fingers
Yeah.
were in the right place. And on top of
Yeah.
that, bro, if you have your fingers down in the palm area, you're gonna break your fucking fingers, bro. You can't be jabbing
Absolutely.
someone with your fingers, bro. Like, no.
Absolutely. Right.
He was
How do you get
jabbing the
power?
whole fight. How do
How
you
do you get
jab
power?
with your
Yeah.
fingers out? That'd
Yeah.
be like
It's
catching a
impossible.
football
Yeah.
like straight up with your fingers.
Egg with them. Nah, no egg with. No egg with. So, just doing it for a laugh. Just
No, I feel you. But that's a foam glove, no, Brian?
what? Yeah, that's a foam.
So that's even harder to close.
Yep.
When you got
And if you look,
a horsehair glove like these, bro, right here,
here, there's a.
it's so easy to open and close your fingers. Like
I could click
this
this
is
off here.
more like the glove Fury was wearing. That's a 10-ounce horsehair
Yeah.
glove right there.
Yeah. Look.
You see?
Look. And wave. See? You can open up your hand, and Hapmo's hand is not as big as Tyson Fury's.
Not by a long shot.
Yeah. So I'm just making a point. I've seen thousands of boxers do that with different types of gloves. You know
Shit,
what I mean?
Nate
So
Campbell used to open and close his gloves
yeah,
almost more than anybody.
yeah.
Chris
So
Bird did it constantly.
I'll just making a point. I'd never thought about doing that before, and then sprung to mind. I could do that with a 16th glove. My hand's not as big as Tyson Fury's, and I can still do it. So, never thought about doing that in camera before.
It's much more difficult though with the as to without the horsehair though.
Yeah, and that's foam.
Yeah, the foam is a little tougher to open your hand
The
up.
foam comes stiffer, but you can break them in, and eventually they
Yeah,
get soft.
eventually. Yep.
Yeah.
Eventually.
So
and hard.
Yeah.
They get harder too. When
Yep.
you start breaking them in. Just like anything, like the padding on your shoe will
Bro,
get
I think
harder.
horsehair gloves are way more comfortable, and if you don't have
Oh,
hand problems, like probably better to use horsehair gloves. It just you know, some people don't want to get hit with that.
I think the foam gloves keep your fist in a natural position, but like I don't know. I think the foam gloves actually could prevent injury.
yeah.
In my in,
I
in
actually
my
think
case,
I
at least.
actually think they could cause more damage, bro,
Yeah,
because to your opponent. Because
They're
look,
more.
if you punch a wall with your bare fist, can you punch it harder with your bare fist or with a big ass 16-ounce glove?
right.
Like
I
you're
know what's.
just
I
gonna
know what's
hit
rather.
harder because you're not gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Right.
The
I'm
I
just
know what.
impact
saying
is greater with the foam.
if you don't close your hand or make a fist constantly, I would suggest using the foam gloves because that way I think it could prevent an injury if you keep your hands open like more often. Like sometimes people would train their fighters to like make a fist when they land the shot.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like if you don't make the fist and they run into the shot before you make the fist, the foamed gloves will probably protect you. Probably why Floyd used them all the time because he had brittle hands.
Foam gloves definitely protect your hands better,
Mm-hmm.
But they
but
hurt their
they're not
opponent.
as effective as weapons.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been hit with both. I've been hit with horsehair. A little bit of mixture of horsehair and foam horsehair is sharper. Like when they hit you, it's sharper. Foam, when it hits you, it's more of a solid
Yeah.
feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just different.
When
And
you use
horsehair and
horsehair,
foam.
Brian, when you use horsehair, which ones do you like? Which horsehair brands do you like?
Oh jeez. Oh, what do you call them? Oh Jesus Christ.
Reyes,
Nah,
Reyes,
I've never used
or
a Reyes glove.
Everlast MX?
Everlast MX would be standard for over here.
Bro, the Invictos that I like are almost identical to the Everlast MX.
Yeah, yeah.
I never used the Reyes either, but I
I've
hear
never used the
they're
Reyes
good
glove.
gloves. I hear
Yeah,
they're good.
I've never used a Reyes glove. I hear they're quite good, but I've never actually wore a pair. Tell you the truth, so something I gotta look into, get myself a pair of Reyes gloves.
Same with the rivals. Never used those either.
I never
Hey,
used
just
Or the
that.
real quick, because he's been sitting there for a little while, patiently waiting. Just want to welcome Timmy Nealon to the panel.
Yo guys, how is it going on?
Yeah, what's up, Timmy?
How's it going?
Are you cooking alright?
Yeah, good man.
Brian, Red Glove. Who else is on there?
How you doing, Tim Nealon? It's 1-2 Kid.
1-2 Kid, how are you, mate?
Pretty good, man.
Yeah,
We
I'm
just
fucking.
we just shooting the shit, really. I
Yeah.
mean, we've
Yeah.
been talking boxing, but
Haplotype.
now they're talking
Haplotype.
about
Nice to
gloves.
meet you. Is it Timmy?
Yeah, who's that?
Is it Timmy?
That's Apple.
Haplo.
Yeah, that's
Just
Haplo, how
introducing
are you,
myself.
mate? How are you keeping, man? Alright?
I'm doing good. I'm doing all right.
Oh, I heard you mention about the fight.
Maintaining.
Oh shit.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, and that's
Is that
on what, the
is that on
zone?
the Zoom?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
on
on
the
the
zone.
Zoom?
Yeah, so you have the zone.
I do.
I do too.
I think this is a good month. This is actually a good month to have the zone
Yeah.
in the U.S. at least. I know
Yeah.
over in the U.K. they still have to pay for. This is the last AJ fight on Sky Sports, from what I understand. So, but here in the States, it's actually a good month to have uh, the zone.
Why did Herbie
You get a
disappear?
lot of fights cancelled in the in in USA. If you got a new strain of COVID or something going over there, it seems like everyone's getting COVID now all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah, they call it the Delta strain.
is that the Delta strain? Is it?
Right now, it's the
Yeah.
moo. The moo. The moo's
Oh
coming
yeah,
out
that's what
now.
I see that mu or something shit like that, isn't it?
Yeah. That's
It's
basically
Greek
people who are
alphabet, bro. Alpha, beta, delta. I don't even know lambda. You know, mu. They skipped
Yeah.
over lambda and went to mu. Right. But right now, we're getting mu out here in LA.
Yeah, there's been a few fights. It's like fucking shit. It's like Figueroa has got COVID. It's like Chocolatita's got COVID. It's like there's a few boxers got COVID at the minute. So that's disappointing. But shit happens, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hergovich was missing from boxing for a while, right? Didn't he take some years off or something?
I think he's the boogeyman of boxing in the heavyweight, isn't he, Hergovich? He's
Yeah,
gone through the whole IBF fucking rank standings and still can't get a fight.
Yeah, can't get a big name fight. I totally agree. But wasn't he missing for a minute too, though? Like for a couple years, and then came back? Or am I mistaken?
No, he hasn't been missing. He went for he was on about going for the Olympics again or something shit like that, wasn't he? I think at 1 minute, but like he's been active enough, but he just can't get a fight. I think.
Yeah, big name fight. Yeah,
Yeah, he
he's
can't
good
get a
too.
big name fight. Yeah,
because he
he's
can box
decent.
and he can punch. That's why.
Here, L Dog's
Yeah.
having raging hard on right now.
L-Dog
Oh,
is
yeah, he
fucking.
loves this guy.
Here's the thing.
L-Dog stalked the shit out of him, but anyway,
Oh,
he's actually decent enough, Hergovich, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good fighter.
Yeah, the guy he's fighting though is a decent record too. What, he's 22 fights on 22 wins, 22 knockouts or something like that.
Yeah. I think he wanted to go for the Olympics at one stage, didn't he? The Tokyo Olympics, didn't he, Hergovich? And then he was on about going for that shit. And I'd like to see him fight Babbage. Savage to Babbage.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun. That'd be a fun fight.
Yeah,
that would be a fun fight, actually. Even though he probably would kill fucking Babbage. But anyway, it'd be a fun fight.
Yeah, it isn't Babbage a bit on the smaller side and in regards to heavyweights.
Yeah, he is quite smaller, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, we got Junker Nakatani tonight, though, don't we? He's a good boxer.
Yeah, we got plenty of fights on tonight.
Yeah, Junker Nakatani. We got Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez.
We got Tony Yoka as well. So,
Timmy, I saw a funny post about Nakatani where it said something along the lines of Loma doesn't get enough credit for beating Nakatani, who stopped. It said who stopped Verdejo, who is a killer.
That's sick. That's fucking shit.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Literally a killer.
Yeah.
Literally. Actually, what is happening with that fucker? Because like, he's fucking. That's gone to ground. Is he still locked up? Is he?
He is. My aunt is actually here from Puerto Rico right now. I was talking to her because that was, it was big news over here, but the island of Puerto Rico is not that big. So
that was news in Ireland. That shit was news in Ireland, England, UK as well. That was.
But it was also huge on the island of Puerto Rico, and she was like, she told me he's still in federal prison. I guess he still has to go to trial, so nothing is official right now. But because he committed a federal
They
offense
call it the federal Hilton over there, bro.
So he's living it up where he's at.
No,
man, I was a big fan of. I was a big fan of his.
They call it
as
the
well,
Federal Hilton because they have air conditioning in there.
Oh.
Man,
and I liked him too, Timmy. It was Very
I was actually a
disappointing to
big
hear
fan of
that.
his. I was actually gutted when fucking Nakatani beat the fucking shit out of him. When they beat the fucking shit out of each other. Actually, he aged Nakatani too, so not to be said for Felix. Like, he was a good fighter, but what he did with that fucking his
It's
misses, that's
unacceptable.
just wrong. That was just fucking
Yeah,
wrong. That's just wrong.
yeah.
You don't do
I
shit
don't
like
make
that.
no excuses for. I don't make no excuses for Verdejo. He did, you know,
No,
he did
fuck
lose,
that
but he
shit.
did. Yeah, we ain't gonna. That's one thing about me. I don't make excuses for these guys when they do stupid shit. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yo, what was more egregious, Verdejo or Valero?
Is that the one who just beat the shit out of his girlfriend?
Nah, Valero,
No,
the one that
Valero killed his
supposedly
girlfriend
took
and
his
hung
wife out
himself.
and then took himself out in the prison.
Yeah. Fuck that, yeah.
I don't
That
think you could
shit.
really put one over the other.
I
But he
think.
did basically. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I think if you kill a woman and then you don't kill yourself, I think that's more selfish. You know?
Yeah, because you're.
Is
Yeah,
you
because
don't
you're
gotta
not
face the music, right?
facing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, yeah. But then again, you look at it, then he's thinking, he probably has to go to trial and look at his mother and wife's family in the eyes and all that bullshit. And I hope it's just
Bro,
a
don't
stick
tell
and
me, don't
dagger
tell
through his
me
heart.
Verteo didn't plead guilty.
No, he framed himself in. He after he what's the word? After
Was caught.
he he turned himself in.
To go from that fucking Felix against Branchik fight, that Felix against Branchik fight was a fucking classic fight.
I could
That was
see
a
I
fuck.
could see Verdejo claiming like CTE, mental instability, insanity defense.
No, he's violent. He's fucked, isn't he? He's fucked. Can't fucking do that to
yeah.
people. Fucking can't do that to fucking women and shit. That fuck that shit. He's fucked.
No, I'm saying what his defense team might be thinking is like, okay, this is a boxer. He gets hit in the head for a living. Perhaps he has like a mental problem, and that's why he did it.
Her
Yeah.
father was a mob boss in Puerto Rico. So
Who, that girl?
Who's the mob boss?
her father was a mob boss in Puerto Rico.
But I'm saying the
Yeah,
girl or his
you
wife.
got to be insane to go up against that. No, the girl that got killed, her father was like a mero mero.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't know that.
yeah. So either he was forced to turn himself in, or was it or death?
Yeah, if he gets off, he gonna get it anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think that might be
he's
why he turned
fucked.
himself in, because the alternative was probably much more painful.
Shit.
He's just an idiot. Like you don't do that. I'm not gonna make no excuses for the man. And this is exactly why I don't get into the tribalistic shit. Because like you can only defend the shit so much. So when they do something extremely stupid like this, it's like,
Yeah.
RGM,
I'd
stop
rather
being a
just.
traitor to the Puerto Rican race. God damn it.
It's funny because what's his name? Uh, Jamal Wright tried to say that, the stuff that I say about my own kind is to save face. It's like, no, I've always been this way. Like I've been this way since forever. Like this. I'm just not one of these people who I'm not. Like I said, like if you start capping, it's like lies. You got to keep feeding the beast. So
RGM,
I
don't
rather
pay
not even get
attention to
into it.
Jamal. Everything
Oh
Jamal
no.
says is to defense Pence, one way or another.
Or Wilder.
Wilder, fucking hell. That dude. He's like a fucking man.
Yeah.
That whole Wilder fucking Fury fight trilogy shit, man. That they need to get that over and done with. Sick of these two
Yeah,
cats. Sick of these two
me
cats.
too. I don't want to is and
Fuck you know.
Apple. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm a Wilder fan. I don't like the excuses he made at all after the second fight, but up until that point, I was a big Wilder fan. I'm still kind of a Wilder fan, and I still want to see him do well, but I'm not with all the fake ass water and gloves and all that shit.
Yeah. Welcome back, Black.
Of all things, he could have said COVID, but nobody told him that. Eh, trip.
That's the one excuse he didn't use.
He could have used that. He didn't use it.
Yo, Hergovich just slapping this dude around. This is the second time they
You
went down
you
in the
also
second
got to give
round.
Wilder credit for not taking that franchise because they offered it to him.
Yeah, that I give him credit for.
He
Yeah,
was
I give
already
him.
getting franchise treatment, though, right?
I'll actually give him credit for running down that franchise shit because that franchise is just absolute shit.
I agree. That
And
He
is.
Nas
said
still got a
no.
Fury.
He said I don't want no franchise. He just kept his regular belt. That's what's keeping it real right there.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tyson Fury won a sombrero and all that shit. They still denied his ass. Damn.
Bro, he's
Tyson
got
Fury's
the
talking.
Aztec belt. He's got the
He
WBC
still got the
or
belt,
like Mayan
not the
belt.
franchise.
One of those. He's got the
You could
I,
put
Mayan and the
I,
on.
Aztec.
You could put
I,
on that
I,
Batman get up and be like, "Make me a Gotham belt." You know. Come on, Mauricio. You know you
Yeah,
want
get that man the
some
Gotham City
sanctioned
belt.
fees.
Fuck you mean? Gotham City.
Give me a go. I can't do Tyson Fury's accent, so
Oh yeah, 1-2 can do it. He jumped off for some reason, but he could do a pretty decent Tyson Fury.
Man, fucking that fucking Fury, man. He's
Actual
fucking
does a
full of
good
shit.
actual does a
He
good
does.
Fury too.
Yeah, actual
Yeah, he
dog.
does. They
He calls
both do.
himself
Well,
actual Fury.
yeah. One
Fury's
time
the
I had
biggest.
them both.
Fury's got to be the biggest fucking clout chaser in fucking heavyweight history. Like
I
he's
think
fucking clout chasing.
he's
He
getting
clout
He
he's
said
getting
heavyweight
worse.
history.
fucking
Damn.
everyone.
He's
Fucking
getting
pain.
worse.
His worst is getting like he's like a fucking like someone like fucking fight Wilder and fuck off and fucking leave us alone. That's all I think about Fury.
Yeah, he
I
basically
hope
just
Wilder
used.
fucking knocks him the fuck out. To tell the truth.
I hope they both knock each other out
Yeah,
at the same
I think
time.
Must
Charles
draw.
Martin the most cringe.
Here,
they're a
here we get
fucking
it. We get a
disasters
here.
to them.
Here we get
Yo,
an
witness to the
underdraw. We get a
hoax.
fourth fight.
Witness to the hoax in the chat. First of all, your first question about horsehair gloves versus foam. I would say that horsehair gloves are more likely to cause superficial injuries like cuts and scrapes, whereas foam gloves won't do that. But a foam glove actually you can hit with more force. The more padding you got, the more force you can put behind your punches.
Yep.
So over the course of a fight, a foam glove to me is actually more dangerous.
It's more impact dangerous than the slashing you get from
I'm
a
talking about
horsehair.
brain injury. Yeah,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
horsehair
That's what I'm
will
saying.
give
More
you cuts.
force. Yeah, more blunt force injury from foam, right? But horsehair is more like like injuries, like more
cuts,
more cuts,
scrapes.
things like that. There, things
Yeah,
you see
things like
visibly, but
that.
they're not as bad. Yeah, you're 100% correct there. Yeah.
But as far as saying phentermine is the same as meth is a little bit of a stretch. It's more like a stronger version of caffeine.
Yeah.
And he drinking super Gatorade too with it, so you never know, man.
Wait, who's drinking Super Gatorade?
Oscar, man,
Oscar
he get
Valdez?
he get the Gator. He's sponsored by like Gatorade. He got the Gatorade endorsement and
Oh
shit.
yeah, yeah, he is. You're right. I saw a picture of him like wearing this Gatorade sash or something.
He has Gatorade patch on his shorts every fight, every fight. So he's I did the video on it. He's a part of the GSSI, man. Gatorade Scientific something Institute, man. You can look
Black,
it up. Oscar he was like the
Black,
first one.
Black. Was he doing that
Damn.
Gatorade on that Burchell fight? Was he?
You said what?
Was he doing that Gatorade on that Burchell fight?
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, the Gatorade has been for a minute. He been doing the Gatorade
Fuck
thing
yeah,
for a good
man.
little while.
It's like he fucking came out of the shadows for that fucking shit,
Now,
didn't he?
now he adding phentermine T with it. So I'm just saying he got some extra kick to it.
Like, I believe that everyone had Burchell winning that fight, and then fucking Oscar beat the fucking
Hell yeah.
fucking dog shit out of him. I don't give a
I don't
fuck
think
what anyone
nobody
says,
picked
but
Valdez KO.
I'm really suspect with that fight because if he's on a Gatorade and shit, like, fuck that shit. You know what I mean?
Hella
I'm
hype
not,
with
Fuck
I'm
it.
not
that.
as much worried about his Gatorade usage as his phentermine usage.
Phentermine is different.
I'd be more worried about the fact
Right.
that he beat the fuck out of shit out of fucking Burchell in his last fight.
I didn't expect that, but I give him all praise for that. But that was before I knew he was cheating. Well,
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
can't
saying.
believe he was
So
cheating
we,
because he
we
didn't
all
get
give
caught
him
that
with
time.
I give him praise too for doing
I
that,
don't
but
hold that. Yeah, I don't hold that fight against
if
him.
he's
Although
on
he deserved all the
fucking
blame he get.
if he was on some shit then for that fight, then I'm holding it against him.
But
I'm definitely
here's the
holding it
thing,
against
right?
him.
Here's the thing. He wasn't on any shit because he didn't get caught.
Well, then that's not getting caught, then, isn't it? But no,
Yeah,
man, I can't accept that. Fuck that shit. Fuck
I
it. If
think
he
they're all
was
good.
fucking,
That's where I'm. I just think they're all. I
if
just
he
think
was
they're all.
if he was fucked up on that fight, going into that Burchell fight, and he was all fucked up on it, then he's fucked.
Yeah.
Then he can fuck off after that. He can fuck right off after that.
Man. Well,
He
we
beat the
laughing
shit out of a
straight.
good champion. He was like the apex predator of that fucking division, and he was the fucking dude. And he beat the fuck out of him, knocked him the fuck out and everything. He better explain himself after that shit, like, you know what I mean?
Hey, Oscar and Mauricio laughing straight to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Straight to the bank with this, man. With phentermine and they said, he didn't kill anyone. Classic.
Yeah, he beat the fucking shit out of him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's Mauricio theory, man. As long as you don't kill him, you good.
Yeah. What was his excuse for Fideo?
Oh shit.
Damn.
Verdejo, I think, was in a different section, buddy, right? Wasn't he? No?
Probably.
Verdejo was fighting, I think, because he fought Nakatani
Nakatani,
and
yeah.
Loma.
Yeah.
So I don't think that was he was in the WBC, but damn, that's funny that he brought up Verdejo though. Damn.
Fideo versus
Oh, you know what?
McGregor, sponsored by WBO.
No, but that's Verdeo against Nakatani. That was a fucking great fight. That was a fucking really good fight.
That was a
was
mark.
they
Bro,
fucking
it was a
what
good
was it?
fight
Was
for
it
Loma. That's it.
what was it?
Nakatani
8
got that.
knockdowns. There was a
Whoop.
good few knockdowns in that fucking fight. Like, they fucking beat the
Sure.
fuck out of each other.
Mm.
Good fight.
I have to rewatch that back. That shit was fucking really good.
Yeah.
Loma
Real
back.
quick, because I think it was what oh yeah, it was Ed Caller who asked about the Anthony Joshua thing, and I didn't get to elaborate. One thing I wanted to bring up because this is something I hear all the time. Oh, AJ has a bad gas tank. How was he able to, how was his gas tank able to last all 12 rounds in the second Ruiz fight? And my
Yeah.
answer to that is this, all right? AJ shed muscle, right? That's going to allow his stamina to be better. But not only that, Ruiz was a stationary target because he put on so much weight. So he had to do less work because he had less muscle, and he had to do less work because his opponent was giving him less resistance.
Yeah.
So
Here,
to people who try to say, "Oh, AJ had to be on the juice because he was able to go 12 rounds," I don't. That's my logical explanation.
yeah.
He weighed less, he shed muscle so that he could last longer, and then his opponent was moving less, so that also allowed him to last longer.
Opponent's right. Reese was right in front of him all night, right? Stationary target, wasn't moving his head. Right, Reese looked sloppy in there. You know, I don't think physically he could get on the inside of AJ. You know, AJ didn't have to move his feet a lot. All he had to do was take short shifts here and there with the feet, just move out, use his long jab all night, you know, and he slashed him a couple of good right hands as well all night. He caught him
Yeah,
with a couple of
he split
uppercuts.
him. He split him at one stage, didn't he? He split his
One
eye
thing, yeah.
open.
One thing I say about Reese, that guy's got a chin.
Yeah, he does
I'll,
actually.
I'll give Andy Reese out there. He took some good shots on that second fight. He took some very good shots, you know. Look, you can say he was out of shape and all that there, but he's tough. I'll give him that. I always give respect to a guy who can take shots.
You can actually take a shot.
Yeah, you know. So I'll give that. I'll give that to. I'll give
I
that.
know that fucking Joshua knocked him in the first fucking fight, knocked him fucking easy, but in the second fight he did split his eye with a fucking.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, so
AJ made so many mistakes in that first fight. You know, after he knocked him down, right? Once he knocked him down, he thought this is over. You know, he never looked at Reese. He never looked at Reese and went, he's getting up quite easily here. You know, he doesn't even look tired. He looks more annoyed than anything else. You know what I mean? Right? Reese looked annoyed with himself that he got caught with that shot and he went down.
yeah.
You know, he didn't look hurt. And AJ went down for the kill. He didn't read the situation and he was on the inside. Reese was still visibly strong at this point, and Reese caught him on top of the head because AJ didn't read the situation. So he made his mistakes. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
I agree with that.
You know, and that comes down to ring generalship, and I think that's something AJ's learned from. You know, maybe not be so hasty when you hurt someone. You know, maybe take your time or pick your shots better, because sometimes a defeat's better than winning a fight. You know that you made so many mistakes and it's just, you know, but you just get over the line. You know, sometimes that defeat, you go back and you look at it and you go, when this happened, it shouldn't be so quick here. I should read the situation better. And that's what AJ, I think, is doing. I think he's trying to read the situation better. And because of that, he's a better boxer. He mightn't be having the power anymore, that one-shot power. He's a slightly better boxer than he was. You know? So.
Yeah, do you think Wilder is going to do you think Tyson Fury is going to defend his title for the first time in the 9th of October or whatever the fuck that fucking fight's on?
I have no interest in that fight.
I'm the same. I'm not even watching.
I have zero interest. That's not the fight I wanted to see, right? I got more interest in AJ versus I was going to say Herkovich. AJ versus
Usyk, yeah.
Him.
Because I've got no interest in that trilogy between Wilder and
no interest in
Tyson
right?
Fury. I think they're clout chasing at this fucking minute. Like, I mean, I have
zero interest. I think the fight will happen on the 9th. Whoever wins. You know, if Tyson Fury wins, he'll be as braggadocious as ever. If Wilder ones, I can see us getting a fourth fight. And I don't want to see a
Yeah.
fourth fight between them. I don't want to see a third fight between them. So just to get it over and done with, I hope Tyson Fury wins. We can get it over and done with. And what happens after that, I don't know.
I think
No.
Tyson's Fury list was the biggest joke I've ever seen in fucking
Yeah.
boxing for a long time.
Yeah.
Like what?
Here-
Fucking Dillian, fucking beat fucking Wilder, beat fucking fight
You can
fucking
see
Dillian White.
you can see my there. I was
Fucking
sparring on Wednesday.
Man, the dude's a fucking joke. Like the fucking the two of them cats just need to fight.
Yeah. You can see my there. Got a wee cut on Wednesday when I was sparring.
Did you?
Well, yeah, and there now you can see there.
Fucking hell, Brian.
Just a wee cut there on Wednesday when I was sparring. So that is what it is.
Fair play, Joe.
Yeah. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Not the first time I've been clipped.
I just hope that they get it. I hope they get the conclusion that they need so that we can move on from that fucking fight, man.
Yeah.
Last thing I want is, I know I said earlier, I hope they both knock each other out, and even though a part of me wishes that, ultimately I want a clear-cut conclusion. That way we can finally be done with it.
Yeah, that's what I want to, because
I don't really like their fans.
I'm sick. I'm sick of the conversation. Right, this fight happened right before COVID, so in boxing, nothing else was happening. So this ran a lot longer than it should have run. We should have had a conclusion of this by now, and we haven't had that. And tell you the truth, I'm really over it. I'm just over everything. So yeah.
I've seen all their fan base on fucking social media, and I actually really dislike both fan bases. There's fucking Furies and fucking Wilders. They're toxic. They're fucking
I get you. I get you, right?
Fucking, they're really bad for the sport. They're just fucking shit.
Yeah, I just hear the excuses after the fight.
Yeah,
that's that hurt me. That wasn't even the fact that was a Tyson Fury, even though I think he's a better boxer, right? And I think Deontay Wilder as a boxer technically is shite. Right? I'm going to say that technically is a shite boxer.
He's a shit boxer.
He's a shit boxer, right? With a right hand. Right? And if you can navigate that right hand, you got more chance of beating him. But
he's been navigating that right hand against fucking shit opponents for fucking years, and then he's fucking all of a sudden he goes up with someone that can fucking counteract him. So he's a fucking joke boxer. He's fucking shit.
Yeah, no, but here's my that's why I went in on Wilder, because I've been saying for years the guy can't box.
He can't box for shit.
I've been on that train. I've been on that train for years, right? Technically, he was a waste of time. So when Tyson Fury did what he did to him, I was like, I told you so, right? And I could have been any half other decent boxer in that ring. It was just happened to be Tyson Fury. So I was more on that line of it. You know what I mean? Than anything else, So.
The last fight he had with Wilder and fucking Fury in the last fight, I had fucking Fury by stoppage. I knew Fury was going to stop him. It was just so easy to predict that shit because he can't box for fucking shit.
Here, did you see Deontay Wilder body work?
I seen that. Yeah, that's slap.
Yeah, right. That was. That was terrible, right? He wasn't bending his knees, is that right? He was bending his back down, right? His head was down here when he was ducking. He was throwing. He was off balance. His feet wasn't in the right positions when he was throwing punches. He just looked physically and visibly awkward. And I think the only reason Malik Scott is there is because he's near enough Deontay Wilder's height. That's the only reason he's there as a
Yeah,
trainer.
he's a fucking like that fucking video with him missing in body shots. That's just fucking
Like that was
comical.
that was
That's
pure
just
comedy
comical.
gold,
Like,
right?
you know what I mean, it's
Hey,
comedy
Greg,
gold.
look there.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
a
here.
fucking joke.
Okay. Now, don't
It's
want
a
to keep you
fucking
out of the
joke.
conversation in your channel.
No. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, I have to say Wilder is probably the best no talent around.
Yeah.
To give him a compliment. I mean, because I really do mean that sincerely. Like for somebody who is not a boxer, he's
Like,
he's been able to get further than what a lot of other people would,
yeah.
and that's just because he has that that freakish power.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna watch the third fight.
Sam.
I just want it to be over. I want us to
Sam.
move on from this fight.
Yeah.
I will be extremely pissed if it ends up being Wilder Fury 4.
Yeah. Which I could see, right? If
Yes.
Fury dominates him, right? Wilder lands one punch, knocks him down, right? You hear the Wilder fans go, "Well, we told you so. We told you," and then
Yeah.
we'll fight. And
We need to
I
run
don't
that
want that,
back.
right?
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want a definitive winner to be Tyson Fury, and it's nothing to do with I just want this over and done with. That's it. If Tyson Fury wins, it's over and done with.
Are we gonna get another glove gate and another fucking
Here, right?
I spiked my mermaid shit going on or some fucking shit going on with them fuckers. Fucking hell. Who the fuck is his team like? Fucking hell.
Yeah, we don't need Glove Geek 2.0.
That's not horsehair. That's foam. I can open a 16-ounce glove, and I don't have the size of the hands of Tyson Fury. I got not smaller hands than Tyson Fury. I can open and close a 16-ounce foam glove, right? So I can. Look, glove get bullshit, right? The whole thing is fabricated. The whole thing is bullshit. Simple as that. And simple as that there. If I can do that to a 16-ounce glove, then Tyson Fury can do that with a 10-ounce glove with the size of his freaking hands easily. And it's not even foam, it's horsehair, which is easier to open and close. And this has even got a cutout in the middle there. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a wee thing in the middle holding the foam in. Got, so I could cut that off and be a little bit more looser than that. But you can see here, can't do that fight. You can see there that, the wee thing there, right? And I can do that with a 16-ounce glove, right?
Yeah.
Here's your freaking proof. Everything they've said over the last year and a half has been a lie or has been fabricated. And somebody could go screenshot this video and show them me doing this on a phone glove. Simple as that. Somebody could
I
record
agree,
that
Brian.
and show.
They're
So,
fucking
Brian, but the reality is they don't want the truth.
Yeah.
They don't want proof. They want somebody to tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
That's just after a year and a
the
half.
reality of it, right? That's the reality of it, right? But you've been around boxing, Red Glove. I've been around boxing. Timmy's been around boxing. We know the truth. I've seen plenty of fighters do that.
I mean, think about this. The fanboys went as far as to turn to a guy who has never done a boxing video in his life. And try to make it seem like this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Using a glove that is not laced up, if you use a Velcro glove,
You saw
the guy doesn't box. He does,
Yeah,
I think, kickboxing or something like that. He's only had one match, from what I understand. This is who they turn to.
yeah. And you saw earlier. You saw Apple with not a foam. What do you call it? Thing glove doing the same thing as me, right? With horsehair glove doing this open and closing with the hand, and his hands is nowhere near as big as Tyson Fury's. And that's all I got to say on it. Everything they've been saying over the last year and a half is shit or is a lie. And people believe it because they don't know boxing.
Yep, that's the truth. Or they know boxing, but because they're so infatuated with this one boxer,
Yeah,
they're willing to compromise their own integrity to, fit the narrative. And
yeah,
that's something that I certainly ain't gonna do. I've never done it. Um, from the very one of the very first one of the very first fights that I reviewed when I started my channel was Keith Thurman versus Collazo. All right,
yeah, yeah,
and I said and I was a big Keith Thurman fan at the time. Not anymore, but at that time I was. And when he said that body shot really didn't hurt, I said he was full of shit, and then he needed to
yeah,
keep it real because we saw that it hurt. There's no way it didn't hurt because of the way he reacted to it. And I've always maintained that. I never made
yeah,
excuses. Um, unfortunately with the politics and everything, some guys just don't get the fights that they should be getting. And then you get these fans who want to scrutinize their resume, but then they want to turn around and praise Tank to the high heavens for like bringing up guys from two weight classes below, or fighting for a baby belt, fighting a guy who has no business being in the ring with him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
this is what we deal with in the community. You know,
yeah. I get you. I
Laurel
get you.
said, "Happy PED Day."
Happy PED, happy PED day too as well. Enjoy it. Have a few. Get stronger. Okay. I think we should call PED Hulk out day.
Well, you should call it what?
Hulk out.
Hulk out day.
Hulk.
I
Yeah.
I guess over there, I guess across the pond. And correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe not where you live, where you guys live. But I heard that you get when anytime that like there's a needle involved, you guys call it a jab. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Yep. Yep. That's what we call the jab.
Yeah. So we don't call it that. Of course, with the pandemic and these vaccines and everything, that word I guess is getting thrown around a lot over there. I actually saw somebody say if you call it a jab, I don't want anything to do with you. And in my head, I'm thinking it's just a cultural thing. It's just
No,
what you
no,
guys
no,
call it.
no, no. We call it a jab. You can call it a jab if you want. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Here, we're
yeah.
not too sensitive
Well, well,
babies
that's
over
like
here.
I think
Jesus
some
Christ.
people just don't understand. I think some people just don't understand it's a cultural difference.
Yeah,
Like, I was talking with somebody else who lives across the pond. We were talking about video games, and he kept on mentioning a gamepad. Over here in the States, we just call it a controller. I
yeah,
really didn't know what he meant. I really didn't know what he meant. And when he explained it to me, I was like, okay, that makes sense, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
But yeah,
Gamepad. Yeah,
yeah, but over here, we never I've never heard a single person here in the States call it a gamepad.
yeah,
We always call it a controller. But gamepad actually makes sense. You know, so it's just one of those things. It's another part of the world. Therefore, some of the words that we use might be a little bit different.
Yeah. Ah, sure, nothing wrong with that, you know.
Yeah,
So,
it's
at the end,
funny.
the end of
Go
the day,
ahead, go ahead.
it's little differences, you know. Like I don't get offended on a lot of things, you know. Right? I get more offended if I see a shit boxer than I do somebody call me an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Because times I can be an asshole if I wanted to be, you know. So
Capo says they used to call them patties back in the day.
yeah, patties. Yeah,
We got people calling it Red Bull tea, meth. What is it? Yeah, I remember, was it Bermain Stavern? He tested positive for something, and he said that he got it in a 5 hour energy or something like that. He said he got it from an energy drink. I want to say
yeah.
specifically it was a 5 hour energy. Um, Jarrell Miller, the last time he got popped, he said it was from pills for his ED. You know, then we of course know about the taint
His
speed.
professional performance.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
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 There's always an excuse.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The guy has to perform in the ring.
Oh, paddles, not patty. My bad. I misread that. I was just looking at it real quick. I'm a little dyslexic. Not a lot, but I am a little bit dyslexic. So, so I, so the funny thing is, I was on a, what we were talking earlier, I actually was on a wait list for PS5. So I didn't watch the Hergovic fight as soon as, and it ended up being out of stock. So then I went to the zone and the fight's already over.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my luck.
Yeah.
So better luck next time. But I think tonight on for those who have it, ESPN Plus supposed to have a card tonight, from my understanding.
Yeah, Junta Nakatani,
That should be good.
Oscar Valdez.
That's tomorrow night, isn't it?
That's tonight.
Oscar
Yeah, I
Valdez
think
fight.
Yeah, that's tonight.
I thought it
yeah,
was
that's what
tomorrow
Mark
night.
was telling me earlier.
It's
I
just,
thought it was
it's just,
tomorrow too.
no, it's the same card tonight. It's tonight. It's
Well, I might watch the card up until that fight. I'm not watching that fight.
Oscar Valdez is tonight and Junta Nakatani is tonight.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah, I'm
going
not
to
watching the
be a
Valdez fight just
PED.
out of protest.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a PED slash what's it called, banned substance enabler. So I'm not going to watch it. So
Well, the
yeah,
fact that they're
because
allowed in the fight, the
But he
fact that they're
hasn't
allowed in
been.
this
But he
fight to
hasn't
go
been
on.
banned though, has he? Like
Yep.
it is. Let's be honest. He hasn't been banned though, has he? So he's like,
no, he hasn't
he's
because Mauricio
Yeah.
Suleiman.
He's got
yeah.
12 months. He got 12 months suspension. So basically, what that means if he gets caught taking PEDs in the next 12 months, you know.
Supposedly they'll do something then. Supposedly.
Yep.
Yeah, but
What if the guy
he
doesn't?
hasn't been banned. He's like he's
Yeah.
fucking fighting tonight, so
Well,
he
the
hasn't
guy.
been banned, has he?
Yeah. Well, the
Nope.
guy, Oscar Valdez, right? They only get tested. They only get tested when they fight. So if he doesn't fight for 18 months, he's all right.
Yeah.
So like even at that there, he
beat
doesn't have to fight for 18 months.
he beat the
You know,
shit out of my guy
and he still,
Berchelt.
he gets away with. So
Yeah.
or he could, like there's no real punishment here.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
That's the trouble with it, isn't it? That's what
Yeah.
it's getting all fucking fucked up. Because he beat the fuck out of my guy Berchelt, and he's free to fight again tonight.
Concepcion beats his ass, right? Conceicell's a good boxer too. Remember, he's an Olympic gold medalist. Very good boxer, very quick.
Yeah.
Got quick hands. Hopefully Conceicell can just beat him. And
That's only that's
then
gonna
we can
happen,
say
though, is
after
it?
So that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
I mean, Durden is just that's the stance I'm taking. If you feel he did nothing wrong, then that's up to you. If you're gonna support him, support the event, whatever. That's completely up to you. You're right. He didn't get busted for a PED, but he did get busted for a banned substance, and the
He did.
substance is banned for a reason. But like I said, if your stance is he did nothing wrong, cool. Like I'm not over here calling channels out. I'm just giving my perspective, and that's my perspective. Like I respect everybody else's. I just ask that everybody else respects mine.
Yeah. Well, my phone battery is on 3%.
All right, Brian. Well,
I might pop off.
you're
Thanks for
welcome
having me on, Red
anytime.
Glove. And Timmy, see
All
you
right,
later. And
Brian.
everybody else who was on air there and in the chat. Guys, have a good one, guys.
You too.
Peace, guys.
Take it easy, Brian. Take it easy, mate.
Always do.
Yeah, Timmy, thank you so much for coming by. I saw your sister. That was your Ursula's your sister, right?
Yeah, my sister's here, man. I gotta get her in here and
Oh,
say hello to you. Ursula.
sure. Go ahead, bring her.
Ursula, come
Bring
over
her.
here and
Say hello
say
to
hello to
everybody.
Red Glove Middleton. Just say hello to Red Glove Middleton.
Hello, Red Glove Militant. How are you?
Man, brilliant.
I'm doing
Doing
good.
these
Doing
earphone
good.
things.
Yeah. Thanks so much for the support. I do
Say
see
hello
you.
to Red Glove Middleton.
Sorry it took me a little while to get you a wrench, but it's
I
because
had to
usually
ask
I
for it since you were giving them out.
have. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah, because
Yeah.
really, I just want the only people who don't get wrenches are the people who act up, and unfortunately, it's not always easy for me to like. I don't always have another device because if I
Okay,
back
I
out,
understand.
I'll get yeah, I tend to get kicked out of my own live. So, but
Yeah,
I
see,
had
Timmy
my
keeps telling me don't use the wrench, but I just be curious about things. He's on the earphones now, so I don't hear nothing. So now I have to use his earphones. It's
yeah. I
just,
mean, if you ever
yeah.
see anybody using, at least on my channel, you ever see anybody say something racist,
Oh no, I
or
do.
they
I do go
start,
through everyone's comments, and yeah, we don't do
yeah,
racist
yeah,
now. Red
you
glove.
have my you have
Yeah.
my permission to use that wrench whenever somebody's being racist. Somebody is like trying to pick a fight with somebody else in the chat. Things like that. Doxing. You see anything like that? Use that
So
wrench.
I can use it then.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. You're very good for giving me one. Sorry for asking for one, but I
No,
said
no,
since
no. You're
everyone else was
good.
asking for one, I must ask for one.
Yeah, my phone happened to be by me, so I went ahead and gave you one. It's not a problem.
All right, you're very good. Thank you very much, Red Glove Militant. You're
You're
very
welcome.
good. I'll pass you back on to Timmy now because he's looking at me like I've said something wrong.
No.
So Timmy, you got anything on your mind? Did you want to give your take on banned substance use or any other fights?
Yeah, that fight tonight with the band. What's the man that's band tonight with the drug thing, Timmy?
Oscar Catalyst.
Yeah, I can't believe he's fighting. I really can't.
Yeah, it's a big mess in my opinion.
Yeah, but
Um,
I've recorded it now on Sky, so like I just can't believe he's doing it.
yeah, it
Yeah.
has to do with the reason the fight is going on is it has something to do with the tribe that owns the land that the fight is happening on.
Oh,
Because
okay, I
over
didn't
here,
understand that.
yeah, because over here, if Indian tribes, they don't on their land, they don't have to adhere to like the same laws as so
Oh,
like here in the state of Florida, gambling is illegal, but
yes,
I
but on their land
I
is different, isn't it?
Right. I live 20 minutes away from some land that the Seminoles own, and there's a casino over there and some other stuff. Things that are typically illegal in the rest of the state, they can do there. So my understanding is it's the same thing over there in Arizona. This tribe owns the land that the fight is happening on, and it's up to their commission whether or not they're going to let the fight go on or not. And they went ahead and
Oh,
let the fight go on. And I, I think the most shocking thing though is that Mauricio Suleiman, the president of the WBC, if he wanted to, he could strip him, and he's not
he's
doing
not doing
anything
it.
about it. Yeah, and Mauricio Suleiman,
You should.
he picks and
Ban
chooses. Yeah, he should, but he picks and chooses what he's going to do. Just like when Wilder was the champion, he picked and chose whether or not Wilder was going to do a mandatory defense, even though in his own rule book, you're supposed to do a mandatory defense at least once a year, you know?
Oh, okay. I
So,
didn't understand that part. Now I do. But it's
yeah,
actually
yeah,
fascinating, isn't it?
yeah. So it's
Wow.
crazy that, he, but when Benavidez, he tested positive for cocaine, he stripped him immediately.
we want to rematch
Uh,
personal.
Yeah, see, what's
so
good for the goose, it should be good for the gander, is what we say in
ex-
Ireland.
yeah, we
So,
we
like,
have that saying too.
yeah, it's what good for the goose, good for the gander, I think, personally. But I'm going to record the match. Whether I watch it or not is another thing because uh, I'm in between, really, Rick Love, to be honest. Because if you're banned from one thing in one country, one part of the country, you should be banned from it in all of it, no matter what.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Well, like we have this coming here from Witness the Hoax, and he's saying
Yeah.
that he heard someone say amphetamine isn't banned during training, and that's the what I heard is this, that WADA doesn't it's not a banned substance with WADA, but here's the thing: the WBC, they do their testing through VADA, and
Okay.
and it is a banned substance with them. So okay, if you're using this company and they're saying it's banned, but you're going to say, oh no, we're going to go by the standards of this other company that we don't even use for testing. To me, that's a blatant, that's a blatant corruption. That's a blatant corruption.
Oh, of course it is.
Whoa, I don't know what happened. Timmy, if you want to, you can jump back on. So I'm gonna wait a couple minutes. So you can either type in the chat if you're gonna jump back on, or just jump back on. It's up to you. If after a couple minutes you don't, I'll probably go ahead and close this. So, there you are. All right. Go ahead and finish what you were saying.
We're mic'd and all. No, but I'm just saying what's good for one county should be good for another county. So it shouldn't be whatever it is for, I don't know, it's madness, really.
Yeah. And
I
James
really do
Jameson
think.
is.
James
Oh, go
Jameson,
ahead.
the WBC striped. I'm actually reading it as it comes up as well because I think I'm behind on my own iPad, which is stupid.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's right about that. They took White's status
We got
immediately,
jumped at
and he was, and it was, yeah, and it was UCAD. They don't use UCAD. And then Bada said, I, I still don't know all the ins and outs, but my understanding is that Vada, I guess there was something fraudulent with UCAD going on at the time, and
Okay.
Vada said that he had passed the drug test. You see what I'm saying? Like they pick and choose
Yeah, so
who.
it's like their favorites pass them, but they haven't passed the drug test. That's what it comes
Yep.
across to me. So maybe I'm a bit naive in what I'm thinking. And then it depends on what fight they want to go ahead. So like I really assume this fight tonight would not go ahead because of the drugs test. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's a safe assumption,
Yeah,
but we're incorrect on that.
so I just assume whatever sells, isn't it? They're going to go ahead with it.
Yeah, WBC is just very corrupt. That's just
Oh,
the
it
bottom
is.
line.
I think a lot of it is like because I'm watching the Tyson Fury and the Wilder thing at the moment. 3 fights, really? Like
Yeah.
it's a joke. I really do think it's a joke. I've been watching it on Facebook and the sports news and all the rest of it. They're not selling tickets because Tyson Fury came out tonight and he gave out his top 5 fights he wants to do. Anthony Joshua, really, twice? I'm actually laughing because I actually think it's funny. Like, really, like, is he really going to pick out 2 fights with Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
I don't
That
know. It's just.
he wants to pay. Ooh, he wants the payday.
I have a
Like,
rematch class.
Oh yeah, it's rematch clauses. Timmy's telling me there, like, but it's only a payday before he retires. Should he not just
yeah.
settle down with his wife and his children and mind them and don't worry about the payday? He's loaded as it is anyway. I think personally. Timmy is laughing at me, but I do think so. It's all just a hype for this Tyson Fury and Wilder fight at the moment. And they'll do anything that they can just to boost it up that tad bit more. He's not going to sell any more fights. I'm not even going to watch it myself. I wouldn't even watch the pay-per-view. And if they gave it to me for free, I wouldn't watch it.
Hold on, I need to address this real quick.
You
All
never
right, so
watch
Okay. The
Durden,
diet stuff.
it's not just a diet supplement. It
Yeah.
is a diuretic.
I'm not
And
sure about it.
I actually have a
He
little
thinks it's
bit
a
of
diet supplement.
experience with diuretics. Diuretics get things out of your system. So yes, it helps you to lose weight. The way that it gets you to lose weight is by a lot of the way a lot of diuretics work is they make you urinate a lot. And so you could use it to, and when you urinate, you get rid of things out of your system at the same time. So like I said, these things, these banned substances are banned for a reason. Okay, if I'm taking a steroid and I use a diuretic to piss out the steroid, that way it's not detected in the test, that's cheating. Now, we don't have proof that he was using a steroid, but the reality is this: you're given a when you sign up for VADA testing, you are given a list of substances that are banned. They also give you a phone number that if you have any questions about a supplement you're taking, anything that you think is possible could possibly be banned, you call that number and they will clear that up for you. You let them know I have this supplement. I've never drank this tea before. Whatever. These guys are professionals. It's It's up to them to keep up with what they're putting in their body, and so that's why I don't give them a pass. Like I said, they're if you're perfectly fine with if you're perfectly fine with this fight going on, I respect that. I don't agree with it, but you are a boxing fan. You are allowed to, enjoy the sport and see the sport however you would like to. But it's not just a dietary supplement. It is a diuretic. That is what it is. And I have a couple people in my personal life who use diuretics, so I know how they work. And yeah, it's not just a diet supplement. The what it People will tell you, oh, it just helps you cut weight. All right, how does it cut weight? It makes you piss a lot to get rid of as much water weight as possible. And what is going to be in that water? What's going to be in that urine? Possibly some shit that you shouldn't have been taking. You're back, Timmy?
All right, Greg, well, how you keep, man?
Yeah, so.
Can you hear me,
Oh,
bud?
yeah, I can hear you. So, did you want to add
Sorry about
anything?
my sister just had to get her little 2 piece in there.
No, it's all good. I've heard your
Yeah.
sister talk before. She's very nice, and she, you know, she seems to be trying to take in all the information. Um, and the reality is this: a lot of it just doesn't make sense. And why doesn't it make sense? because Mauricio Suleiman does whatever he feels like.
Yeah, it's sad. Like I say, I agree with you totally. It's hard to make sense of fucking what's going on in boxing to someone that's fucking. And my sister, like, she's a big boxing fan, but like, she's just struggles to wrap her head around what's going on with boxing because it's just a fucking fact that it's just mental. You people holding belts, fucking world champions all over the fucking place. They're not world champions, and they're. I mean, so sorry for that, man.
No, it's all good. And Durden, there may be some people who are mad that Valdez KO'd Burchell. I was never, uh, I had no dog in that race. Like, I really didn't. I wasn't a fan of Valdez. I wasn't a fan of Burchell. So me, like that argument might work for certain fans. For me, being that I wasn't big on either of them, um, for me it's about the fairness.
I was big. I actually had a dog in that race. I had fucking Burchell fucking knocking the bollocks out of fucking Oscar. To be quite honest with you, and I was fucking stunned. I was shocked when fucking Oscar fucking knocked fucking Valdez out or Burchell out, and I was actually shit. I was like, shit, mate, fuck me, what the fuck just happened?
I was shocked too. I did think
I
Burchell
was
was gonna
shocked.
win, but it wasn't something like he's not like my favorite fighter, and I don't gamble, so it's not like I put money on Burchell and I lost money and I'm trying to make excuses. You know, it didn't go. It's simply a prediction that I got wrong, and that's just the way it is. I don't lose sleep over my predictions.
Yeah, the only problem I have with it is the fucking fact that what happened in that fucking fight. You know what I mean? It's just like Burchell was like El Cron. Burchell was like one of my fucking favorite fighters. He was like fucking. He was fucking like he was beating the fucking shit out of people, and then Oscar moved up. Oscar Valdez moved up and fucking beat the fuck out of him. Like, oh, I gotta fucking really seriously. I don't like doing it, but I do have to do it. Was he fucking? Was he fucking on shit? Fucking beat the fuck out of him, my dude. You know what I mean? So I gotta call it as it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same thing. And that's my thing. As long as people keep the same standard for everybody, you know, like it's like I said, there's people who say, "Oh, we should just let them all juice." I disagree with that, but I don't really hate those people. Like I kind of get the logic as long as they're keeping that same energy with everybody. But there is a
Yeah.
channel. There, I'm gonna say this. There is a channel, and a lot of people know who this is. Who, when Jarrell Miller popped 30, and when he was supposed to fight AJ, he was like, "It's just a little bit of PED. It's just a little bit of PED." And out of curiosity, I wanted to see what this guy had to say about Valdez. I didn't listen to his videos. I could simply tell um just by the titles of his lives and stuff. Actually, I'm gonna read the titles. Like I said, I'm not gonna say who it is, because then I get accused of being a clout chaser and all that, and I'm not. I'm not about that. I'm just saying, some people they're fake with it, like they're outraged
Yeah.
because this guy popped 30. And give me just a moment. I'm gonna read this. Keep in mind, when it came to Jerome Miller, the title of his line or his whole thing was, "Oh, it's just a little bit of PEDs. It's just a little bit of PEDs." Where's it? Okay, so cheating is okay as long as you're not black. Okay,
Fucking
and
hell.
it's yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you got to be careful for these fake outraged fans. Like, I can speak to Black Horseman since the day I stumbled upon The first live I stumbled upon of his, he was always Vada or nada. And when it came to Jerome
Yeah.
Miller, he flamed him. Everybody else who was involved in the UGC, they flamed him. Valdez got popped. He's been flaming Valdez. It's not a race thing, all right. But when you're when you're over there saying it's just a little bit of PEDs, when the guy got busted for EPO and
Yeah.
HGH, and he got popped for a third one. He popped for all these things, and you said just a little bit of PEDs. Now all of a sudden you're outraged that a Mexican guy pops dirty. You're being fake. You know, like
It's fucking
unless the guy
terror,
has finally seen the light, he's being fake and disingenuous. So
That's what he actually is, isn't he? Oscar, he's being fucking disingenuous, isn't he? He's pop dirty. He's fucking, you know, it's hard to
and
take it seriously.
At least Jerome Miller apologized. Like he he admitted that he did wrong, and Valdez is like he's maintaining his innocence. He's saying
Well,
he's
he's pop.
never.
Miller is the fucking. How many times has he fucking popped dirty? He's popped dirty several
Yeah,
times.
because he had a comeback fight and it got canceled because he popped dirty again.
Yeah. At least in fucking Oscar Valdez is like he hasn't fucking popped dirty as much as fucking Miller.
Yeah,
Say, like we got this fucking fight on, we got it recorded tonight because it's in the early hours of the morning here in England. So,
yeah,
I'm really involved in the Junta Nagatani fight. Really hope he's he's a good fucking fighter. Oscar Valdez, what the fuck was he thinking? Like, you know what I mean? So, shit happens with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So.
He's not. I don't. I'm not going to accept his non-apology.
Yeah, I don't blame
But
you, man. Yeah.
yeah, it's equal opportunity flame over here.
Yeah.
Like
Or flame their
the
asses. If they fuck up, flame their asses. The only thing
yeah,
I'm
and
disappointed is that we got so many fucking COVID outbreaks in America. It seems at the minute that Chocolatito is fucking tested positive. What's it? Figueroa fucking he tested positive. Fucking hell. It's got a few nice
yeah,
little fights that it just fucking tested positive for COVID and you know. Would have been nice to have these little fights go ahead.
yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame.
We get enough of these fights that get canceled because dudes pop dirty.
Yeah.
This one should have got canceled and it didn't. But then we have these fights that are getting canceled due to injuries, and then we got fights getting canceled due to COVID.
Mm.
Um, so it's just there's a lot. What's crazy is the height of the pandemic was supposed to be last year, right? This year is
Yeah.
supposed to have gone down a lot, but I think we've had way more fights canceled this year. Way more.
It's a lot. It seems like a real lot.
Yeah, it's sad, but I mean that's just the way that it is. Hopefully,
Mm.
Joshua and Usyk, nothing happens there. Hopefully that fight goes through. I'll be real happy if it does. That way, my month of Stone will definitely be worth it.
And you got Tyson Fury against Wilder coming up. That's
Yeah,
shit.
I'm not
That's a
paying
shit
for
show.
that.
No one's paying for fucking that shit show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The sport is in a weird place. We got these celebrity boxers. We have these legends who come back. they seem to do really good numbers, while the guys of today don't. And you know what I think it is? They're not fighting often enough, and it's out of sight, out of
Mm.
mind. So then when they do come out and fight there once a year, and they do it on pay per view, that's why they're not. That's why their numbers are doing so shitty.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
no reason why these guys should be coming out of retirement and shitting
Man,
on these guys' numbers.
that whole fucking Evander Holyfield coming out of fucking retirement point, that is fucking disgusting. I tell you, I'm shocked. Can't believe he's doing
Yeah.
that shit.
Well, I hear he needs the
I'm
money,
fucking.
and I'm
Yeah, but does he need the money? Does he? Fucking hell.
yeah. Well, from my understanding is that his church took him for like he was very generous to his church when he was boxing, and now he's not doing so well financially. That's what I've heard, and that's how a lot of these
Shit.
guys are. Same thing with Riddick Bowe. I heard that he's a bus driver here in
Yeah,
Florida. I
I
didn't
heard
know
that he
that.
was a bus driver. Yeah, man, they were my
And it's
dudes in the '90s. Like they were fucking like fucking hell, watching man fucking Evander Holyfield fighting. Fucking hell, that's just like fucking. Now maybe like you say, it's down to money or some shit like that, but man, they're the same fucking age as me, if not older, and I ain't no fucking move fighting. You know that kind of way. So fucking hell. Can't believe it. That they're like Evander Holyfield to me, like he was a fucking legend. Like, do you know what I mean? I always thought he was like a flea on the bear, but I always thought he was always thought he was fucking. He was undermatched. That he's gonna get a fucking hiding or some shit like that. He's fighting the bigger heavyweights, but he always managed to pull shit off. So he's a legend. You know what I mean?
mm, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of crazy and sad stuff happening, and hopefully, I'm really hoping 2022 ends up
Yeah.
better. So, but we'll see what happens. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Timmy?
No, man. Whatever you want to do, man. If you want to end the stream, no worries, man. End it.
Yeah, I've been on for a while, so and there's some stuff I got to take care of. But it's a pleasure. It's the first time you jumped on. I hope you jump on in the
Man, the next
future
time
as
I go to
well.
Florida, man, I'm gonna hook you up, man. In Florida, I'd
Oh
love
yeah,
that.
you've been here before, right?
I
You
have, yeah. I've been to Busch Gardens and all that sorts
yeah,
of
I was
shit,
about to
man.
say you like the roller coaster.
Man. I'm a big roller coaster fan, man. I've been
Hey,
on the
for
biggest
real, we
roller
should.
coasters of the world, man. I've been in
Yeah, we
Busch
should definitely
Gardens.
link
I've been
up.
in fucking Tampa. I've been in fucking the Kraken and SeaWorld. I've been all over, man. Fucking all over Disney and all that shit. So.
You like to drink and eat.
Sorry?
You like to drink and eat as well, right?
Yeah, I don't mind, man. Whatever's fucking popping.
The only reason why I ask is because Epcot they're gonna have a new roller coaster. I think it opens next year. It's supposed to have like the launch but backwards. So
Yeah?
yeah, if you but they don't have a whole lot of rides over there. So, but to me, I think that's interesting. A launching coaster that launches you backwards. That's interesting to me. So I know you're a roller coaster enthusiast. So
No, man, I was a roller
hey,
coaster junkie, man. I was on the Hulk. Have you been on the Hulk?
yes, I've been on the Hulk over there at Islands of Adventure.
See the way it shoots you out of the fucking tunnel. I've been on
Yeah, it shoots you out of the tunnel. I
and
want to ride it. Oh,
I've
go
been on
ahead. Go ahead.
the biggest wooden roller coaster in the world is Quasi. Remember Quasi in Tampa?
Yeah, they're about to reopen it. It's gonna be
Are
Iron
they? Yeah.
Gwazi.
That was for Quasi that whole wooden roller coaster, the whole fucking like back in the '80s shit. That was mental. That was. I love that.
Yeah.
I like
Have
that
you?
roller coaster. That was like so unsafe. It was fucking mental.
Yeah. Well, now it's gonna be hybrid. It's gonna be both wooden and steel. So
Yeah.
when they reopen it, so that's why it's going to be called Iron Gwazi. So hey, if you ever end up over here, let me know. We can do a day at Busch Gardens and a day at Epcot. Because both those roller coasters should be open by then.
Yeah,
And
but next time I'm in Florida, man, we've got to do a day in Busch Gardens, man. We got to do Quasi. They used to have Cumba and fucking all that shit there. They had some savage roller coasters there. They were
I
fucking
guess
wicked.
I guess James I guess James isn't a big fan of roller coasters. He's like F roller coasters. Get
No,
out
roller coasters,
alligator.
fucking everything, man. Fucking, I
Yeah, I
love
love
roller
roller
coasters.
coasters. I ain't trying to hunt no alligators.
Mm.
Hey, I do want to visit Gatorland though. I would like to visit there. My girlfriend doesn't want to go though. So,
Have you
all right,
been?
Tim.
Have you been in the Kraken in SeaWorld? Have you?
Yes, I have been on Kraken. I like it. That's the.
That's fucking mental. That is, isn't it? That is
But I,
fucking mental. I
but
love
I
that
haven't been on
roller
any of
coaster.
their other. I haven't been on any of their other ones though, because they've opened. I think they have two other ones, Manta
No, they got that
and
fucking wet
Manta.
fucking slide thing going on, but
Yeah,
Kraken is it's shit to go on. You know what I mean? I love roller coasters.
same here, same here. All right, Timmy. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end it.
All
Um,
right, man. Take it easy, man. Right,
same to you. You're
badminton.
always welcome.
Respect, bro.
Much respect to you too.
Take it easy, man. Take it easy.
You too. Peace.
All right.
And peace to everybody else who showed up. Thanks so much.
Peace out.
Peace. And just remember, there's an open invitational that is going to be on Electro Jed's channel. I'm going to do my best to put in the comments after I end this stream. And that's going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Peace, everybody.
Peace out.